So as I start the stream, oh glorious stream session.
What, we stream?
Session 50.
I
My
don't
god.
believe you.
50.
My god.
Right. We're here.
I believe you about that part. I just don't believe that we're streaming.
I know. Session 50 of Blood Bonds.
These supposed viewers you're telling me about.
Yep, and we've only killed one PC. And almost killed
Oh.
another.
Oh, don't worry, I can arrange it.
We have been,
That
we have
one
been
PC
dangerously
died for
close.
their own mistakes.
Was dangerously close a few times,
Yeah.
but so far only one person has died.
There's been many near misses.
Isn't that how you keep it exciting by having near misses?
True.
Yeah. Very factual.
But yes, I suppose, welcome back everyone to Blood Bonds, a tale of the Ashen Court.
Thanks.
Woohoo!
Last time we had a bit of a B plot and training montage, plus an unwinding from your previous near-death experience. Yeah, on topic of what thereof. When we last left off, a slightly, though only slightly more mature Ceres was stuffing her face with cakes and various other delectables. And you were soon due to hold another council meeting. If that sounds correct to everyone.
Yes. Bureaucracy. Let's do it.
Now, the court's normal functions have slightly broken down over the past few weeks. War has a habit of redirecting people's attentions for reasons you may understand. Much of the court has been focused on trying to support the war effort in one method or another. And war is sadly costly to a nation. But so be it. Let me just go ahead. I'm just grabbing some numbers. I guess I'll go ahead and reopen up the throne room for the time being.
Open up the throne room.
As we go ahead and just kind of set up, just bring everyone to the throne room for the time being, I will. An important question for this meeting, given its topic. Would you like to invite the Duchess and Count Ander to the meeting?
I mean,
The answer can be no.
It's about the war, so I mean,
sure.
sure, why not?
Because while you do
Well-
have some internal business, you're going to be having a lot of war business to discuss as well. So.
But yeah,
Yeah.
when did Theo become so scary looking?
He leveled up.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was his original.
That was his original picture, yes.
original picture.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah, that is. Are you all right, sir? And then he just fucking murders you.
I mean, do you expect anything less of the ward to the spy master?
No, that's
That's
fine.
true. Yeah.
I feel like that's just kind of part of the course, though.
Better not hear you talking shit. Or,
Better
Talk
not
shit,
let
get
him
famous.
yeah,
hear him. You talking shit though. Dang.
fuck around and find out, you know?
I reckon perhaps if we do the realm specific council duties, and then when we get onto the war side of things, then perhaps we can include the Duchess.
I suppose we are allies. We can have one look inside, maybe. Although I don't like her spying on our council meeting.
I mean, again, you can perfectly say, like, we will call you in when we need you.
Yeah, I think it's just
has
for
she
the...
requested to be present?
She's around the palace, but she hasn't specifically asked to come in.
Then she'll be invited when time is right, I suppose. Unless anyone feels it is important for her to be here from the start.
Yeah, I think the only reason I'd want to invite her is that it gives her a sense of, like, we value her opinion in our realm, but at the same time, it's our realm and she hasn't, like, sworn fealty to us. She's just allied with us.
Yeah.
So she doesn't get to have an input yet.
Yeah.
Like, if she wants an input, bend the fucking knee, but until then.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, the a lord who is not part of the council does not necessarily get invited to the council.
Yeah.
Like, be there.
Yeah. By default, the only people who get invited to your council are obviously the council members, your retainers, and your squires. No one else is given access by default unless you tell them to.
Yeah. Oh, we can call her in when we discuss the war.
Yeah.
Those some individuals, of course, may be interested in being here for reasons of depending on what's being discussed. Which is absolutely fine. So let's see. You're fine. You're fine. See, so yep, Gillian's already here. That's fine. If I miss anyone else I need to summon in from the archive of characters, I don't think so. I think so. Oh wait, there is a few more. Because good old Persephone, the Fantabulous.
Oh, yes.
I refuse to put the full name tag on. Because the name tag would be too long even for the council screen.
I don't know. Percy Penswick has a pretty long ass name.
Admittedly, he also has Hoot Hoot, which
Yeah.
his familiarity is a valuable part of his service. And I need to also go ahead and go back and grab Dancer. As he is now your scribe.
Yes.
Who have been recently overworked.
We don't pay him enough.
No,
Did we
CL has
even pay
been
him?
dodging work.
I gotcha.
He gets paid in rats or something.
I mean, no, he gets the
Whatever,
same-
whatever kobolds eat.
Is it kobold? I think he's a dragon.
He's a dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
Oh, well.
How insulting to call a dragonborn a kobold.
There
Well,
goes the
I
king
mean-
being
His royal
racism.
racism.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Amadas is used to see Dragonborn as Tauren, like 2 meters tall and wide as a car. He's not.
Wow.
So he has to assume this is a kobold. I mean, look at it.
You mean one of more average height who's more bookish than it's just like, no, they don't exist.
That's
Yeah,
not a
clearly,
dragonborn.
a kobold might be a big, it might be like 2 kobolds on top of each other in a row.
God.
I mean, they do have those like large scribe roads. Who knows what's underneath those roads?
Yeah, who knows how many kobolds are under there? But oh well. Amanas is gracious and
As we would now like to,
open-minded.
as we would now like to award you the
Obviously,
new.
yeah.
We would now like to, of course, award you the new magic item, which is the robe of infinite kobolds.
Yes, I'm totally for this.
With it, each turn as a bonus action, you may summon one kobold to assist you in the fight.
Oh, I would love that robe.
The kobold lasts for 1 minute or until slain.
Perfect. Just keep summoning kobolds.
What do I have up my sleeve? Nothing, but here's a kobold.
Yep, shoots out kobold. That'd be pretty good, actually.
I mean, ignore the fact that kobold has like 4 hit points, and, you know.
I mean, yeah, but the enemy has to deal with them. Otherwise, they're going to be swarmed in kobolds pretty damn quick.
I mean, if you get 2, you get back attacks. I think.
Yeah,
Douglas has that.
see?
And you'd have a maximum of 10 in a round, you know. They last a minute. Have quite a few.
That's true. That's
A
true.
minute or until 1 AoE.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's 1 AOV.
That's
away
still,
from
that's a
us.
spell slot, man. That's a spell slot for some summoned kobolds. I'll take it.
I would definitely summon a kobold with a bonus action. Just tell them, like, get the caster.
get the caster, and there's just a line of kobolds charging the
Yeah.
caster.
Yeah, like shooting with the little bows or whatever.
Love it.
Okay, so in that case, the council all gathers up, nervous voices and rattling, talking. It's been a while since the council's been together, and, well, for understandable reasons. Even as all of you came here, for example, outside, you could, you know, the clattering of soldiers is ever present, with more troops always needing to be armed up and sent out. It's honestly been pretty rare you've seen everyone in a single place in quite a while. You know, Lady Eliza's been largely down at the battlefield for most of this. Makara has primarily been in the tower, getting to whatever preparations she's been working on. Honestly, the only kind of common faces you've seen around the palace quite a bit has been the treasurer, has been your wonderful treasurer, the Dame Rochelle, who, unlike most people, does not have a major reason to venture to the battlefield or similar. Turns out treasurers don't particularly need it on the front lines.
It's good. We need it for money.
Yeah, that her primary business over the last several months, as you'd understand, has been, where can I squeeze more money out of this? Which, I mean, hey, it's kind of what you hired her for, so
Yep.
can't really complain there. As the entire kind of council begins to gather together, the group, everyone kind of pulls into your throne room. His Grace, oh, I see you changed it, yes, His Grace, Amnes, Zeal.
Yep. His
Sitting,
Grace.
sitting proudly on your throne with a stained glass window behind you.
Yes.
We'll get into the nitty-gritty of the council here, but please let me know if there's anything that Amnes would like to put on the floor. Given he's the ruler, he can always put something on the floor immediately if he wants to.
I have nothing to put on the floor immediately, I think. What I'm most curious about is follow-up reports on the siege and the taking of taking of Reichhold, but I assume that's coming.
Yes. All of that will be gone through for you. Actually, the report on Reichhold, well, I should put that towards the end, given the fact we're doing military later. In which case, the first reports will come from the administrative division of the council, which means your steward, treasurer, and siege. As far as administration of Kingdom has gone, things have been progressing fairly well. Rochelle has been trying to levy additional taxes, as you requested. After all, it is a time of war, levying special taxes. I mean, why not, right?
Exactly.
she has been bountiful. In addition to your base income, which is a measly +5 by default, she has also managed to raise a new war tax on this, but by taxing the trade of all weapons not going to the war effort.
Oh, very nice.
And in turn has managed to raise your income for this turn from +5 to +13.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, don't forget we've got the
He has not generated additional unrest.
Hey.
we've got the Excel spreadsheet.
Updated treasury to 69.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That
I
gets
mean-
everyone to say something, huh?
I mean, it's the joke that is always made.
You have to. It's so
You
easy.
have to. It's the internet.
It's the law.
I guess our mods go up since we also got proficiency increases, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Yes, I'll go
And
ahead and increase
skills.
some modifiers as well.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we need to find a way to get the treasure to 420.
Something to
shut up.
420. Quick, dread.
Yeah.
Amanas, go
Yeah.
kill someone.
You dread it up.
Oh, our squires are level 5? What?
Hmm.
Yes.
They grow up so
They grow up
fast.
so fast.
Same
Yep.
Yeah.
wavelength, dude. Same wavelength.
We were level 5 one.
You were about a year ago.
Mhm.
I'll let
My,
you know. Never level 5.
True. True.
You're now as a note. Most of you are now above your kind of council as a whole in terms of like general. You're now above the curve of like council's level. Your council right now.
I think our ability scores went up as well. I don't know where those are calculated, but
Now on the sheet as well. I'll go ahead and double check them in for anyone who's gone up in a bit.
yeah, because I know me and Amanas maxed out our charisma, I think.
Wait, when?
I maxed
So
it
like
out
last
a
2
while
week,
ago.
right?
levels ago.
Amazon's been maxed out for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But
Like
Sick.
2 levels ago, but I don't remember the last time we used this
Sheet.
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
One level ago, we got increased at 8 and we're level 9
I-
now, right?
Yeah, level
I
9 now.
kind of general eye on the sheet. I just forgot for like your most recent level up. Got proficiency up. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yes. As your yes.
Oh.
Some more money has come in, and as far as things go, it's not been too bad. Percy Penwick has now fully kind of got comfortable in his seat and has taken good charge in trying to help in stewardship operations. Though his has largely, given when he's been inducted into the council, has largely focused on how can I get more supplies to the front line, running logistics.
Mm.
Admittedly, a valuable thing for a war effort, to be sure.
I like this guy.
On the diplomatic side of things, well, I really don't need to say much here. We obviously know a large part of the diplomatic efforts. As part of it is, of course, you're still currently allies with Silver Swift, who have been helping you in the war effort.
It's-
I wanted to ask how our friends in the East are feeling.
Well, I was about to get to that.
Okay.
So,
Oh god,
I'm
we're
sorry.
well, there has been a word from the Marchlands of Durville. Well, Ferelda as a whole is not willing to lend support to your war effort.
Hmm.
The March Lord who borders Eliza's lands, and of course Alcend as well, while he has not publicly relayed support, a gift has shown up in the court for the group.
Okay.
As under the table, he is giving a donation to your treasury.
Hey.
Okay. Okay.
Please, you'll be receiving an extra 20 build points.
Hey.
Hey.
I
Awesome.
knew that was some good
You know-
diplomatizing to have, man.
Our good friend Durdevel. Forella can die to that orc horde, but we'll protect this one guy.
His name is Grismere. You know,
Grismere.
Grismere.
Yeah.
God.
March Lord Grismere Durville.
He's
Wow,
actually
he
much.
sounds like a villain.
He's much friendlier than his villain name suggests. Actually.
Yeah.
He is this entirely artsy pomso, but from a family who used to be warriors.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
see.
It's like the
He was
haggard
not-
March Lord had a kid that was really into art.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I
He is
get
not
it.
he is not interested in like fighting or warfare at all.
You know, we should invite him to come visit us
Bro,
in Sorkai.
I have.
He would probably love it here.
He's invited
mean-
us to come over to his place as well.
Perhaps when the war dies down, it'll be easier to convince him.
Yeah. We were just some shabby town, like, that just sort of started getting around, but he was totally like, oh yeah, come round. Love to see you. Like, come visit. It just had more important things to do.
Yes. As of course, you also know in diplomatic news, the Revenant's horde has currently been heading into Pinewood,
Mm.
which has stirred up quite the beehive of activity. You have heard through the grapevine words that Ferelda is looking at potentially trying to push back into the horde while they're distracted.
Makes sense.
Other than that, you have heard a few whispers from down in south. Sounds like the Blood Elf War is still going.
That's good news.
Yeah, we're still not noticed up here per se.
Yeah. Not enough for the usurper to turn her attention.
Beyond that, though, the diplomatic front has been relatively quiet. Though part of that may also be due to the fact that Ceres was out of commission for a while.
I think that all things considering, our west are our active allies. To the north is nothing, and to the east are underhanded allies. To the south is our enemy. I think diplomatically we're doing pretty damn well. Like, it's solid right now.
Yeah, you are fairly safe in a little corner at the moment.
The wild
At least as
cards,
long as-
those
At
elves.
least as long as Silver Swift is protecting your flank from the ocean.
Yeah.
Your only fear is ever if the Council of Silvery Spy does anything. But
Yeah. It will take them 2 decades to decide to do anything anyway.
which now moves us down to mystical news.
Yes. I opened the tab, mystical
Oopie.
news.
My favorite news show.
Yes. After worm talk, I go to mystical news.
In mystical news, Makara have been researching the speaking mirror that you brought back from the fortress a while back.
Oh, that
And-
thing.
After researching in further detail, she thinks she's managed to pinpoint where the other side of the mirror is located, and is fairly confident that she can get a full group through the mirror
Okay.
if you so desire, and pull you back if needed.
Mm.
The pulling back is
Sounds
good
pretty
because
good.
yeah, that's the important part.
It will cost a little bit of energy from the tower to do so, but that's honestly of minimal concern.
Right.
Also, just because since we're getting around to this turn, I'll automatically increase the amount of mana in the pool by Makara's proficiency for you.
Yes.
There we go. Up from 3
Nice.
up to 8,
Oh, look at that.
as she gets to recharge the tower at this point, which is good.
How does our capacity go up again? Like our max capacity?
Increase maximum capacity, you would need to have more
Infrastructure.
magical buildings, basically.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
With the magical buildings currently in the realm, which is primarily just the tower and a couple of ruins, you can hold up to 10 at the moment.
Yeah. All right.
Stuff like mage towers, colleges of magic, stuff like that will increase your amount you can hold.
I feel like once we deal with these,
As you have more mages, you can have more mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, by default, your recharge rate is just based on how good your archmage is. So,
Oh.
though it is possible to find ways to increase it passively as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Frion, she has identified this speaking mirror as seemingly leading to, of all things, what appears to be what on the map would look like simply a small town down in the pine woods on the other side of Alcend.
Oh. Interesting.
Though from what she can tell, looking through the mirror, whatever it is appears to be the spy master's personal lair,
Okay, that's good.
his base of operations.
Hmm.
If the group decides to target that, it will be up to them, but it is an option on the table, as potentially removing the enemy spy master could be potent.
I mean, where, like, is he far away from everything else? Like, is it really isolated?
The small town in question is about here on the map. It would be.
I mean, that might be worth a hit.
It might be worth an
He's
alpha
also-
strike. Yeah.
He's also the person behind sending the whole assassinations against us.
Yeah.
So, a bit of quid pro quo might be nice. Get him back.
Yeah, I think so.
Raiden can confirm, though he was not doing construction on in the construction sense of for the forge, doing any projects for you guys. What you did have him sent to do was construct a granary. The granary has been successful.
Hooray!
You now have a large stockpiled granary built into the mountainside of Sorkai, meaning that even in the worst scenario, it's very the city cannot just be starved out, and nothing bad can just suddenly happen to your food, at least easily.
Okay, nice.
Your food is fortified, which is good. Or at least several months worth of food is fortified.
Now I need to build a monument for culture.
Yes.
Which last brings us up to quickly finishing off the security part of the council. Which honestly, most of security goes kind of fall into war efforts along with the military here. But from a security side, there has been no major incidents that have occurred in your realms. There has been a spy court trying to sneak into Freyfrost. They were very quickly arrested and captured.
Beheaded, I believe,
Very likely.
in the prison.
Very likely. Thanks to your high level of security and the fortifications put up, though, whatever they were up to was stopped before it could happen.
Awesome.
And for the most part, things are okay for the time being. There isn't any major security concerns outside the fact that you've got an army on your doorstep. Thankfully, the army is being held off well enough across the river at the moment, so
Alright.
could be a lot worse. The river has definitely become the natural stopping ground for this, as Gillian will also confirm. The river of Freyfrost, they're having trouble crossing it, largely because you're doing such a good artillerying back across it.
It was Gillian McFrey who held that right now, right?
Yes, Gillian is currently your field marshal directing the forces for your army. It's probably been Eliza's troops who have been holding the river. Largely making sense given they're the most comfortable dealing in kind of the Arctic conditions down there.
Yep.
And they've done well at sniping any forces attempting to build a river crossing. And they basically Gillian's forces have chokeholded the bridge so that they can't easily cross it with footmen. That said, though, it's only a matter of time before one side is going to break through the other, but it's held for now. More importantly, Gillian can give you a report regarding Reichhold. Reichhold has successfully been captured, and while the city has been damaged in the fights, not significantly so. He also informs you that Silverswift's forces are successfully occupying the area, And while there is some resistance from the locals, it's fairly minimal given the fact that it appears, well, very much the fact that the Count has been, the Count of Reichhold has been following your lovely Duchess of Silverswift around and basically saying, like, it's fine, just let them. He's been telling his people to stand down versus her occupation.
All right.
As a result, the large part of her forces are have been freed up and are ready to move depending on where the council wants them to go.
Okay.
As a kind of a general summary, that kind of covers just kind of a general recap of everything that's happened to this point. There are no kind of critical things that have immediately popped up. Those certain things will be discussed in meeting in the council, regardless here. But for the time being, I will clear all special events. Of course, the printing press is also active as just a reminder for people now, as printings of war propaganda are now a daily occurrence coming from the diplomatic department.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure Ceres is having fun just sitting there, basically just bad mouthing the enemy duke.
I imagine that randomly throughout the day, she'll just shout something, and some scribe somewhere will write it down and get it sorted, like to the printing presses.
Always Danza.
Does it always Danza? She just has an idea. She shouts it out with like
There's
full
only
on
one stripe.
description.
No, remember, there's many kobolds on that road.
There's many kobolds.
You can
There's
just-
many Danza everywhere.
Yeah.
You shout it out, Danza writes it down, brings it to the printing press office for you.
And then by like 4 hours later, it's done and out already.
Yeah, it just arrives on her desk and she's like, yes, excellent. Send us
Perfect. Give Danza a mouse.
What? A mouse?
It's a snack.
The council does not pay their scribes very well.
Gets a free mouse.
If he does an exceptional job, he gets a cookie.
Yeah.
Without chocolate, because we don't really know what he can have.
Yeah. I mean, on Sundays, you can dip the mouse in chocolate.
Ah, there we go.
So, what's it gonna do?
Yes.
Yeah.
This now
what do we-
comes down to what to do with what now the group wants to do as a whole.
I like the idea of an alpha strike on their spy master. Honestly,
It's I think the longer we leave it, the more likely they'll figure out
what we've done.
something. Yeah.
No, hit him hard and fast. SWAT tactics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I mean, that's what we're good at. We're pretty much a strike team, so
I've got more
Unless-
fireballs now.
Unless the great, unless the front line is like in dire need of reinforcements or action, we could do a diversion like that. I don't want to leave.
Given the additional
front line-
fortifications that the group has done, the front line is not close to buckling at the moment.
All right,
Okay.
that's good.
So yeah, if
The front line can hold out.
if the front line is secure and there's nothing pressing, like, or like in the terms of like needs our immediate attention, I don't see why we can't take a jaunt to go murder a spy master and his lackeys. I mean,
Why not?
we're teleporting there and teleporting back. Like, not even going to take a full day. For all we
Presumably.
know, it might not even take an hour.
I think it will take at least an hour.
I don't know.
it
SWAT
depends on how
tactics.
big the space is. So
I mean, we have to
Yeah,
gather all the spy master shits, and fighting all that shit is gonna be difficult, maybe.
Yeah.
But days work, maybe.
I can already imagine the project for Vicus now deciphering the
oh my
the
god,
other
yeah.
spy masters' ciphers. There's no
Yeah.
way that any of them are in plain text. Like,
No, definitely
mean,
not.
I
All
can
ciphered.
read it. I can read it. I just don't
True.
know the meaning of it.
Yeah,
But if you want to know what it reads about you, I will
Yeah.
tell you what it reads about.
I think so. Yeah, I reckon. My
I know what we
vote-
do then. I know what we do then.
Mm.
We get the spy master's notes, and we write it down in Irish, and then Isaac has to read the Irish to Valky, who only can listen to it and then discern the meaning. That is what we should do.
What's wrong with you, honestly?
Sure.
This is
honest-
what we're doing.
He did this to me. My first D&D game, I was like, maybe I could read it. And he was like, I'm gonna give you a text, and he gave me a block of text in Swedish and was like, read it.
You can read it.
Yeah,
This is
but-
what it says.
Like, damn it!
Yeah, reading and understanding, very different words.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that's I agree with the taking on the spy master lair. Sounds like a good idea.
It's probably fortified.
That definitely sounds like a plan then for your own personal projects then,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
for what you'll be doing as a group underneath it, which is excellent.
Spy master stabbing.
For council projects, if that's what you're hinting at, that we want to do that
Well,
first.
that's
yes.
also a matter you'll need to think about as well. Is anything in particular you might want to assign people on doing?
We can start
I have a
looking at it.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your suggestion?
After seeing the amazingness of magical siege weapons, what about a siege workshop? Just to get started on that research project.
Sounds good.
Constructing
wonderful.
a siege workshop. Maybe like getting Persephone involved more in that direction.
Can it be
That
more-
can't be a bad idea.
Can it be more advanced than
What do you
just siege engines?
Or like magical bombardment
No,
equipment.
actual larger things
Okay.
like airships.
Oh right, I see.
I think we're
I
I think we're a few tech levels behind airships
We
right
can
now.
rush it. We can rush it.
Well, we don't really have like a full artificer's workshop, right?
No, we've got one artificer.
So maybe that can be the thing, right?
Yeah, maybe less specific than siege workshop, but more research oriented for all kinds of things.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
like
the
the idea
price.
because it's both like a research and like building area, and
Engineering bay.
and we're just about to change Raiden into he's Forge Master now, so we need a place for him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, the engineering bay, so we can build. I don't know.
Missiles.
Big airships,
Starports.
missiles, yeah.
Large
5
missiles.
arcane cannons on each side.
I'll go ahead and add to the construction list for you. Let's see. So we've got a basic siege workshop on there,
Yeah,
a airship dry dock.
yeah.
Oh my god, the money. Oh,
Oh, God, the money.
An airship dry dock is pretty pointless if we don't have an airship.
The problem is
True.
you need one to start building an airship on.
Oh
it.
shit! Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a dry dock, not a dock, right? I thought we were optimistically going to build like
Just
a
a dock.
harbor for airships.
You should need a dry dock to be able to build one in.
You know, build it and they'll come.
Yeah, that's what we showed the nobles. Like, yes, it was here, but we flew it away before you got here.
It's flown away. It's already on a mission. Like, we just need your funding
us.
for
I
a
mean,
second one.
It can float for a minute.
You can observe it for a minute.
Yes.
Low.
We can, or with an illusion, maybe longer, but
Yeah, maybe.
it can flow for a minute.
Okay. See,
For the show.
we don't have the money for a workshop yet, but
I mean,
Right.
we'll steal it.
I mean, a
we will eventually.
low-level engineering workshop is not a bad idea. We don't need to go to like an airship hangar. The first thing we do.
I mean, we need to research it first. Oh, I want
but-
to research it first. But
Even that, we don't have the money for it yet.
Yeah.
Magical library,
Oh. Okay, well,
as opposed to an ordinary library.
there are certainly. How about we figure out what like the stuff that we can decide on that doesn't cost money first, and then we.
The other side
mean-
projects, yeah.
Yeah.
my, I guess, recommendation for administration, if we can, would be realm rest. Lowering that.
trying to deal with the unrest issue.
It's
Yeah.
pretty. It's getting a bit high now.
Yeah, your unrest is currently at 3, and given you're in war situation, could go up at any time.
Mm.
This could be something you can try to assign anyone to deal with, though it's not always the easiest to do. But
Hey,
Like a security
Mazara.
project.
you can always use the security project of Mazara to automatically suppress unrest. She will succeed no matter what.
I think. I don't know what I would do in diplomatics right now. Looking at it, I don't know what I would do other than maybe try to see if we can get the giants of the Highlands to come join us, but I don't know about that right now.
One of the potential projects is host a festival. That'll surely get like unrest down, right?
Yeah, it's true actually.
Yeah.
King of Dragon Pass, hold a feast.
Yeah.
You
Get it
could,
right.
you could try to hold a feast or festival. That would be a valid diplomatic project.
I could do that if that, if that's likely to reduce some unrest.
That is one of the projects available as long as you have a console in the diplomatic slot, which you do.
Yeah, we do have a console.
I was also thinking maybe it's about time that I actually have a spy network. So for the security project, I might actually do that.
You're going off to murder someone else's spy network, but why not build your own one?
Yeah, at the same time, right? Let's assume his into mine, and just like take over his place and never tell anyone that changed hands. Easy. I'm Elsen's spy master as well in disguise now. So, but I would probably do that for security unless Sheep, you have anything in mind for yourself, because it's only the one slot between us all. So.
No, I don't have any specific things. So yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll lock that in then for a security project.
Okay, so we're going security.
And then establish spy network.
This must be done by Vicus. So
Yeah.
The security team will work on trying to set up set up the spy network, and in Torrent's case, overlooking the spyworks activity.
Yeah, well.
Look, he needs to add into official law so the spy network's allowed to operate in his books.
It's true.
You know how by the book Torrent gets.
Yeah, they will be
Yeah.
employees. They will get vacation time and wages.
Espionage must be taxed.
They'll
Yeah,
sign
obviously.
NDAs. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, non-compete clauses.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's great.
Did we deal
Yeah.
with
Being a
the...
double agent will be illegal, obviously.
And all my stats went up and expertise, so it should be good. Attempts wise, at least.
Oh, that's the thing. I've got expertise in persuasion.
Yeah, so your proficiency goes up by 1, but that skill goes up by 2. So.
I got it this level, so it'd go up 4.
That's a lot.
Well, 5. 1 for
my.
the proficiency going up, and then the 4 proficiency doubled
Oh, I
because
closed the thing.
expertise. So, because my persuasion's now plus 13. Juicy and high.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
All right, so let's go from the top. Leadership. What are we doing?
There's not currently any special projects available for leadership at this time, but there is, of course, the variety of default ones in them.
Yeah, we just reappointed a Raiden, so that's done.
That was
What's
moved
the
to-
Shadow Council thing?
Shadow Council cannot currently be done. That would require having the heir available.
Ah, gotcha.
Same with royal visitations cannot be done if you don't have a consort to the ruler at the moment. So currently the only one of the special actions at the top that can be done is hear petitioners.
What does that do?
The project to usurp me if I go mad. That's
Yeah,
basically what-
hearing petitioners. Amanus can summon the court, can basically summon people to his court to basically hear and hold court with them, and potentially speak with his subjects, and also potentially get visitors to his court. Exactly what you'll get to a bit of a random shit show, but could be useful. Reappoint council obviously is further on the list. That's just kind of reshuffling the council. I don't think you need to reshuffle at the moment.
No.
Yeah.
Recruit councillor. If you had a person you wanted to induct in who's not on the council, you can do that.
Enforce control? That sounds like I'm an ass.
Yes, you can do enforce control, which is basically just Amnes shows up basically being the Dreadlord saying, like, dissent must be punished.
Right.
It's a method of reducing unrest potentially.
A method.
I offer order and I offer peace, and all I ask in return is your silent
It's
obedience.
also good if you
and
have a rebellious province at all, such as if Reichhold wasn't complying right now, it would be very useful in making Reichhold comply.
Mm.
Since they're
It will
complying, it's not
comply.
a major issue.
I mean, I can dig in for some unrest reduction, certainly. It's either that or see if we have any other council role we would like to try to recruit for. Although
Problem is
most
they
of it is
cost
pretty
money.
filled.
Well, they don't necessarily cost money to some. Well, not to summon onto the council themselves. They won't cost you anything.
Oh.
It's
we-
retainers that cost more.
We still need a
Ah.
clerik of some kind.
You
for
currently do
our-
not have anyone assigned as the royal chaplain or anyone assigned as the grand seer.
Yeah.
Nor are you also free vacant positions, so you can't fill royal admiral at the moment. High admiral.
Is the Grounds here like a druidic kind of mystical one, or
I was the Grand Seer, I think.
Grand seer can be held by generally it's anyone. It's generally it can be by druids or clerics of like very more disorganized or tribal faiths.
gotcha. Okay.
Like mystics, oracles, all kinds of things like this.
Yeah.
Witches could be another one. Yeah.
Well,
Technically speaking, the witch before who sent off to go get you dread armor could be recruited as a Grand Seer, as an example.
yeah, I was gonna say we don't have the best track record with witches per se.
I know, yeah.
I mean, only one of them is sitting at the council.
Meanwhile, the royal chaplain would have to be for a more organized faith. So that'd be something like the faith of the Allmaker, or potentially your wonderful Lady of Flames you currently have preaching in the town centre.
The sun worshipper.
Interesting.
I
They could be
certainly
made
feel
chaplains. If they're a more organized faith, they could be that part.
I
Right.
certainly feel it might be time to get some church on this council.
The only question becomes, what kind of representative do you want on that?
Do we have like a neutral party? Not really. Religion isn't really a neutral party.
No.
I guess what's her name? Mother person.
The revered mother is a valid choice in your council.
But she does come with the strings of being a high-ranking member in the church. So
She's very scheming.
With her own
Yeah.
agenda, of course, as well.
yeah,
Then she has supported us.
Yeah, the two candidates you have who are strong enough right now would either be Shiala of the Crimson Flame or the Revered Mother.
Well, between them, the revered mother would be the choice. The other option I had in my mind was the orc cleric acolyte dude, because we are at
Brother Thane.
war. Yeah, Thane, because we're at war. So having a more warlike like chaplain makes sense to me.
He could certainly be recruited onto the council. He's weaker. He'll be a weaker choice as far as like raw skill in the council goes, but he would be able to fill the position for you.
Hmm.
do people on the council have the potential to like get better at their stuff over
They-
time?
They can definitely get better over time.
And there's
He's just
also
lost. He's
the
just a lower starting level. So
Yeah.
there's also the shaman, the Scully shaman side of things.
But wouldn't that be more a seer?
That would
That
more
would be
seer.
more seer,
Or
but
yeah.
I
The Scoldy Shamans, potentially one of Chiefess, the one of Chiefess's people could potentially fill the seer position.
Yeah, but the church and the Scaldi come to head a lot, so I wonder if having one from both might cause some issues.
Currently, you've been very neutral on religion by having just none.
Yeah, but maybe having both is also a way
I
of
think
being neutral,
both
I
is
guess.
being, yeah. I would prefer both and none over one.
Over one. Yeah.
It's a
But you
bit,
can only
Over one
recruit
to
one
or
like
none.
per month, so
yeah.
yeah. You can summon more people, I guess, if you wanted. If you're looking for a diplomatic thing,
I could do a summon
or
courtiers
looking
like
for like
That is always an option. Diplomat can always try to summon courtiers if you've got the right Grand Ambassador, which we do.
like
Would
As you can say,
Uh,
I am looking for people of a priestly like
yeah.
a priestly
would
court.
would the revered mother even be interested?
question. Also, I perfect.
Like if offered, would she actually be interested?
I will let you know the revered mother would accept the position if she was offered it. Likely because, well, she is someone she was done her best to gain power over time and consolidate power in the church. It can be no different in this case. But yes, she would accept the position if she was offered offered to be the voice of your realm.
What can we know her wisdom score? Like how good is she?
Let me see here. Her proficiency modifier is +4.
All right.
Like as
our
good as us.
level-
And wisdom modifier of also +4.
So about the same as us.
Yeah.
Not crazy
Yeah.
strong, but pretty strong.
I mean, it's technically above average for your council at the moment, who are mostly at proficiency 3s,
Yeah.
with some exceptions.
And Thane?
Brother Thane at the moment would have a proficiency bonus of, where is he? Sadly, much lower level.
Yes.
Let me put his up. Wisdom modifier of +3 and proficiency bonus of also +3.
Not bad.
This is, of course, before their own separate modifiers, but yeah, that's their kind of base level you're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, revered mother, she doesn't balk at grim tasks. She's certainly done that
She's
before. She hasn't.
the death cleric, take it, well, grave cleric, take it as you
Yeah.
will.
So
I mean,
she-
even wanted more dready people, so maybe that's a good choice.
yeah, maybe. Thane for the war aspect though is not bad. I mean, he wouldn't not oppose fighting or like he might even encourage it. I'm like he could be more of a firebrand in wartime than she could. I also like the fact that he is younger and more impressionable, presumably. So he's easier swayed to our side than the revered mother, who, who knows what she's thinking.
And certainly it's not going to be as easily swayed.
No. Yeah, I see good things for both. What do you guys think?
I mean,
Uh,
maybe we don't have to decide right now.
no.
I'm mostly saying that because I still have to talk about something with DDS, which might be tangential to this decision.
Okay.
That's
I
like
mean,
your-
we can bench it for now.
We can mention for now, yeah, definitely.
Well, in that case, I think
Of course, control then, I guess.
yeah. Then Manas will walk around and quote unquote hear the people's pleas, but more exuding dread menace, glaring at people.
Do you
I
hear
heard you have a
me?
problem with my rulership.
Yes, I heard you have some questions. Ah.
Don't run away. You cannot.
You are frozen in place and your brain is melting. Now, peek quickly.
I feel like military is quite easy. Recruitment drive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can do encourage recruitment if you just want to just gather more soldiers.
I mean, we're at a war. We need more soldiers.
More
like,
soldiers is
better.
never a bad thing, yeah.
I mean, do
Oh,
we
yeah.
want to recruit just people or recruit the giants?
Giants might be nice, actually.
If they can be.
If they
It's
can
while
be.
this project available, is Gillian can try to recruit some of the giants.
Sure.
Why
Yeah,
not?
why not?
Why
They
not?
they liked my visit. I
You
visited the
you
giants.
previously opened a diplomatic channel with them, so you can try at least.
Sure. give it
Why
a go.
not?
Although, is that a military thing, or can you do that diplomatically? Oh, diplomatic is trade. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
The diplomatic people can try trading the giants, but military can try like bringing them in as soldiers.
Yeah. I
What
think
if you
as
did-
soldiers.
What if you send two people to do two different things, but it's the same people? Can they help each other, or?
The thing is, we're approaching it two very different ways. So
Fair enough.
not-
Okay.
Admin. What we got?
I mean, promote island culture to make things.
We do have that trade tunnel that we need to build, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
silver stuff.
Yeah, trade tunnel is an option.
Yeah.
Given that you now have a war tunnel open with them, you could turn it into a full trade route to Silver Swift. Silver Swift would be preferred.
That could be
We
really
do need
good.
more income. It is a potential security risk, but it's already a war channel, so we might as well just make full use out of it now that we have it.
But in that case, you'd basically be building out a road and turning the war tunnel between the Highlands and Melrock into just a flat out like, here's a trade route. Send your merchants.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
why not? Yeah. And if we get fucked over, we have a straight line right to her. So
Yeah.
No need to take a ship.
exactly.
Yeah, the one thing is that we can do this to defend it if if you're worried about betrayal.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
I think it's worth it.
I mean, when we are gonna betray a half dragon?
I mean, it also it gives her like a sign that we trust her a little bit. So
It's more like if she betrays us.
yeah, there's trust and an implied threat in it as well. So
It's hard for both sides to defend technically. So
it's true.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
The handshake.
you want to open a trade tunnel?
Yeah, let's do it.
And which councillor would you like to assign on doing that from the administrative department?
Percy?
Percy makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
the-
he is the steward.
He's
steward.
the architect also. Like,
He's the one.
He
Yeah.
is a steward and an architect. Oh yeah, I need to add him to the list of people who can take projects. Give me a second. Let's do that. Because he's not on the project list right now. Sure, we'll add Percy on. There we go. Which means diplomatic project for the time being.
I think let Eliza do a festival. Honestly.
Okay. Eliza will attempt to host a festival. Do you have any particular aims for her festival, or is it simply to try and make the people happier?
Make the people happy.
Yeah.
She can do that then. Okay.
Feel like if we try and get more specific, it'd be more difficult to steer people in that direction. So just in
Yeah.
general, make them happier is easier than.
Yeah,
In which
I
case,
agree.
now you come down to the mystical elements. Scrying is obviously not available, but you can attempt to. But you could attempt to have. Well, there's a variety of things you can do there, from research to magical crafting.
Yeah,
Honest-
can we craft?
You could potentially craft if someone has a goal for either an item they want crafted or something similar.
Didn't some people here already have that? I can't remember.
Oh, I've definitely got something
read
I
it,
would want.
I have certainly items I would like crafted. Yeah.
Because
well.
you have your free artifice slot now as well, but you can do double construction if you have like both both Makara and Raiden both do construction. They can both make magic items.
That'd be good.
All right, maybe that's the nice way then. One of you can pick one each, so we don't get into like conflict.
So what are we talking like? How does it
How's it work? Yeah.
work?
Essentially speaking, you basically give either you're just getting to do like freeform construction, just say make shit, which is an option. But assuming you've got something actually in particular you want made, or like items you want them to try and transmute, then basically you lay out to us as a table what exactly you want them to try and make, or what items you want them to work with, and they'll go away and try to build them for you.
Okay.
There will be a cost associated, but that was kind of determined based on the rarity of the item you were wanting, either edited or built. So, if anyone has any ideas for items they want modified, I know Jonas had ideas for weapons, for example, potentially.
I mean,
You're muted, Jonas, again.
Why am I muted all the time? What the fuck?
Keep pressing it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have a weapon project certainly, but before I order that, I would like, because as a basis for the project, I would reforge Solstier.
Mm-hmm.
But before doing that, I just want to, I guess, suss out or make sure that there isn't more hidden power within the blade, because the storm giants or the ice giants did unlock more power in it, and they were like, oh yeah, this is like a special ancient item that has like connections to this land and stuff. So I don't want to ruin that if that's true, or if there's more stuff in there. But if I could sort of, some of it will still be kept in the new item, and like the lightning damage would come over, or some of it at least.
Yeah, if you're using it as the basis for, if you're using an existing item as a basis, some of its qualities will be in the new item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to destroy a cool like story artifact.
Yeah.
Obviously, depending on what you're doing with it, you could potentially, potentially its myth might be lost to a degree, but that depends on how much.
So, I mean, if that's a research thing that we could do,
You could do research onto Zolzir. That's another option.
one thing I was thinking of doing is doing a research project on my staff, but we're looking at creating something. An arcane grimoire would be amazing for me. It increases spell attack rolls and DCs. Would be incredible. So if instead of doing a research project on my staff, I could do the research project on Zolzir and just craft an arcane grimoire during that same time.
You could have the mystical slot be researching Zolzir while the artificer slots be construct a grimoire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that, Jonas, if you want to do that sort of direction.
Sure. No, that's fine. I just want to make sure, I don't destroy
Cool
something
story.
cool within Solstier, or if I can do the reforge, that the sort of spirit of the item can be transmuted into what I want. If that's not possible, I might still go ahead and do it, but I would like to do an attempt at least too.
Obviously, if you understand more about the item, you may be able to get a better grasp on what you may or may not lose.
Yes.
If you know exactly what it is, it'll be easier to transfer it as well.
You could of course try reforging the Trident Fish command. But...
Well, my hope is that when I am done, I might not need to use that anymore.
I understand.
Yeah.
I think researching is a good idea for now, because
you do technically have a free research slot open due to the fact you have a high sage in the group.
Can you? Okay, can I ask this? Can't you put? Okay, since this is the same period of time, right? Can you put a research and a reforge in the same slot for the same thing?
You couldn't put them both in the same slot, but you do have the free research slot open. So.
No, but what I mean is, for the research project, you put in research Soldier, and the artifice one would be to reforge it.
Yeah.
Would that be like a special project in bulk, if you know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm a little bit confused what you mean.
So what he's saying is, in the research project field, the free research, have research Soldier, while at the same time in the Artificer project have reforge Zolzir.
Yes, you technically could do both of them. That's
like at the same time.
And I'm saying that if you have two people working on the same weapon, maybe might have a better result.
Potentially,
yeah. This is all dependent on roles and stuff.
Yeah.
But if what I understand, Jonas, you want you want it done, but you're not sure if it's gonna keep the stuff you want. And
I-
I'm offering this suggestion as a way to see, more.
I certainly have an idea what the weapon will be. I've discussed this with Dark a while back. But what got me thinking was when I was visiting the giants, and the giants were like, "Ah, yes, the weapon you're carrying is like part of the land, and it contains secrets." And they unlocked some of that. And after that, I was like, "Huh, well, if it has more secrets to unlock, would be a shame to destroy it."
Yeah,
So-
no, I get that. I don't
Totally
think that
agree.
point is lost on anyone, but I'm just saying that maybe if you research it and not just reforge it, but maybe if you do it at the same time, you can figure out a way to keep some of it.
Sure.
Certainly with the research, you have a better understanding of better control over reforging process.
We'll toss it into research for now. Can I still wield it when we go and kill the? Can I borrow it for an hour so we can go kill the spy master?
If you're doing research, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
The
Reforging, you wouldn't be able to just drag it out instantly.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll just do research for this month, and then Halldamir, you can make your grimoire with either project, I guess, Artifice or your mystical, right?
Yeah, I think the mystical one, my thought would be like construct automata or redo that blizzard ritual, slow the enemy while we prepare and strike at their backline.
There's an option definitely on the table.
You know,
You could have Raiden try to do tinkering and build automata as the Forge Master, or you could have Riccara try to perform some kind of ritual over either the enemy army, your army, like similar.
yeah. I like automata personally.
Yeah, having more units is nice, and I mean, while we have the mana, we should definitely use it because we're only wasting it if it caps out every month. So.
Mhm.
You want to let Raiden loose in the workshop to make me units.
Yeah, I mean, we put him there. We might as well get him to use straight away, right?
Sure.
And then I want to do some grimoire making.
Okay.
Do you want to do it personally, or do you want Makara to do it?
If Makara can do it, then probably Makara.
She can do it as she is the Archmage. She can do magical crafting for you.
Who's doing the research?
It would be.
That is a good question. Who to do the research?
I mean, yeah, okay.
The research does not have to be done based on in the mystical area. So.
Do you want? I can do that then probably.
Okay.
I've got
Sarah's
That's
hit
it.
pretty similar arcane knowledge to Mikara, so
It's your Amnes. I assume Amnes would probably get bonus considering it's his weapon.
Amnes are doing enforced control, so.
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
busy,
true. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I can
Yeah, I guess.
I can do that.
It is that would be having your librarian do it, though she seems to be asleep half the time.
Yeah. Not a good idea.
I mean, either way,
Who would Amanas entrust this research project to? That's an easy way of putting it.
I mean, it would be either Mikara, Ceres, or Seal. They seem to be the more research inclined.
If Makara is doing a crafting, in which case, yeah, so between the PCs to decide which one will be the researcher.
And do either of us have a bigger bonus? I think we do.
When it comes,
I have identify spell, but I don't know how it matters.
yeah, modifiers would be slightly different, but part of it's also
Arcana
to
history.
given that Seal's high stage and research she does get a bonus for anything research based as a result. Seal will.
Oh, then yeah. Sounds perfect. I mean,
because Seal is technically the librarian of the group.
I was just a lore bard, so.
works.
Sure, I can do finally some work, real work, not some paperwork.
Yeah.
You're being told to delve into ancient grimoires and like old like.
It is
scrolls.
work.
Yeah, but
Oral
this is
stories.
doing things. This is not like doing paper and writing down.
Right.
We can't afford to build anything right now.
Unless you propose a cheap project to chuck out. No, it very much makes case you might want to save your money potentially.
Yeah.
Can we half build something?
You
I mean-
cannot half build a project.
Ah.
Not unless it's a project that does automatically take multiple phases. Like the airship drive technically does take multiple phases, but I don't think you want to start spending money on that yet.
No. Could we build like a tiny magical library, not small?
That's just a personal study because you're paying for that in gold.
No, I
That's-
don't need it.
Oh, granting bonus on the large scale.
I think that's it for the projects.
Okay. In that case, that assigns down then having kind of the council all set with things for them to do.
Yep.
Hopefully everything goes well with those. We'll see. We will have to discuss Halldamir exactly. Actually, I suppose Halldamir.
Hmm.
How powerful of a grimoire are we talking? Is an important question for the group.
What plots you want?
Hey man,
All
Hey.
the power.
whatever we can manage.
One sec. Let me go to D&D Beyond for a second.
Are you using your staff?
Uncommon is
Sorry.
+1, rare is +2, very rare is +3.
Yeah. How high are you wanting to go on that?
I mean, I feel like very rare might be a bit out of our reach, but I feel like
I would tell you, I think very rare requires 15 mana to pump into it.
oh my god, how much would rare cost?
Rare is 10, I think.
10. Oh, okay.
How much are
So-
you using an item to pour into this hardware, or
That is valid, but you can pour an item in and convert it in, add mana into the pool for that.
Yeah, I've got an uncommon item I would throw into this basically. Quite happily.
That would add 3 extra mana back to the pool.
that'd be 11? So you can get your rare.
No, but,
Does that be 11
Yeah.
and 10 for? Yeah.
if you wanted to chuck it in,
Yeah. I mean, if that's okay with the group.
it would eat most of the magic, but you would be creating a new magic item. So
I mean, it's your thing. So if you're throwing, I don't mind.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with throwing. The amulet of the speaker I would throw in.
I mean, it's yours. So if you want to throw it in, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in which case you could remove the amulet of the speaker
Delete
and so if you're making so it's a rare you're making.
a rare arcane grimoire.
Okay. Bakara will get to work then constructing that for you over the next time slots.
Nice.
As then the amulet will be burnt and its magic ignited forging. Okay. That leaves kind of the administrative part of the council to be dealt with, kind of handled. You also reported that manpower-wise, you're doing okay at the moment. You have some reserves on troops in case your people get injured. So it's not a lot of reserves, but you have some reserves if your people get injured. So
Good news.
you can see that at the bottom of the council page if you have a little manpower section showing your reserves from everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got what's that? 700 troops basically on replacements for your current ones, potentially.
It's pretty good. I don't think we have that many fielded.
You don't have that many fielded, no.
Oh, so that's
Looks
wonderful.
like you have up to 700 bodies for trying to replace the dead.
Yeah. And then when we cannot replace the dead, we will bring back the dead.
Necromancy is amazing at raising manpower.
Yeah. When
Right.
times are dire, my lord.
Only downside is it does cause problems on unrest, but it's excellent for manpower.
The people will stay silent when they are dead.
Silent as the grave, if you will.
I mean, one of the rituals you can unlock if you have a necromancy focused person on the court, literally just allows you to basically, raise unrest by 1, but just gain a massive chunk of manpower.
No one needs to know, my lord.
Well, they'll know in the battlefield.
No one shall escape the battle.
Battlefields are
Those,
very good sources for corpses.
Okay.
those who die shall rise again. Comrades shall kill comrades.
With that, we phase a bit more into character then, as kind of the main, as kind of like the grand details of the council will go over way, and the discussions kind of come to a close over the main courses the council will go off to do. Everyone in the council begins to break off into small groups, discussing matters and getting themselves ready for the next phase of the next phase. And you have an opportunity to interact with your council, speak with anyone if you wish in the meantime, or you can call in your allies as well at this point, since your private matters, I suppose, are dealt with. But basically, we kind of phase back into your courtroom with your court kind of just discussing matters and getting things ready.
Alright.
Is there anything you wish to do on a more personal level instead of the grand stage?
I don't have anything in particular, I think.
Yeah, I think we're fine to let the peasants back in. Have a chat with everyone else. Okay.
Back in. That's certainly a line to feed. In which case, I'm going to go ahead and add them to the map for you as well.
Ah, the peasants. I mean, the Duchess.
So I say Count Ander, though technically now in his new status, it is just simply Lord Ander.
Aw.
He is somewhat dethroned at the moment.
That's fine. We have openings. I basically promised him a job.
You did.
Basically, all he needs to do is take a knee.
Yep, kiss the pinky ring.
Of which that could be an appropriate part for us to discuss at the moment.
Oh.
As we kind of fade into the court, the meetings and discussions, as the Duchess and the Lord kind of come in, walking side by side. The Lord approaches and asks for an audience. Your Grace.
As well, a nod graciously and says, Lord Ander, I believe the taking of Reichhold is proceeding apace.
Swifter than I thought it would be, but if nothing else, at least it does seem the rabbit. He just kind of glances over in the direction of the Duchess. Seemingly taking care of my people, at least, in the positive sense of the word.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna as well nod towards the Duchess, and then look to Lord Ander once more and say, when we spoke at the coronation, we had a frank discussion about your future, Lord Ander, and it pleases me greatly that you have chosen wisely for the time. You seem...
I'll be honest, I was skeptical, my lord, but, well, I kept thinking on it, and when suddenly my dear cousin's forces arrived at my door, basically threatening my head, perhaps it was good that I was a little paranoid.
That's not. Your cousin is a snake, one that we intend to handle as quickly as we possibly can. He's well fortified, so it takes a little bit to work around it, but we shall get there, I promise. Now, when we spoke I was willing to offer you a place at my side, a place to help forge this new order that we are building. I am a man of my word, and as such, I still offer you this chance, Lord Ander. If you wish to step down and live out the rest of your life in your mansion or some other retreat, I will not stop you. But if you wish to actually make a difference and put your talents to use where they can have the greatest impact for a better tomorrow, then I do have a place for you.
What kind of place is this you're offering me?
Taking a look at the sheet.
In the council, there are two kind of slots open he could fill,
Yeah,
which is the military attaché
yeah.
or as the royal advisor.
Royal advisor. Let's see here. Military attaché. Wisdom, charisma, persuasion, insight.
The attaché acts as a diplomatic face to your military and an outreach for adventurers, irregular troops.
Okay.
Basically, dealing with all the unusual parts of your forces you may still have recruited,
Sure.
as well as
mean,
being a forward voice of your forces.
he is a lord. I assume he's fairly good at the persuasion stuff. That sort of comes with the business.
He has some moderate skill in it. He is fairly insightful.
And the royal advisor?
The royal advisor is a not a co-leadership role, that would technically be the consort on air, but it does fill the position of essentially being a personal hand to the lord of the realm, able to give you wisdom, able to give you advice at times and have your ear, as well as being there to oversee if you just want someone to personally kind of oversee something on your behalf.
Yes, the hand of the king.
In a sense.
I mean, that is certainly a place of honor. Place of high honor, even. Is he worthy of that? Do we trust him enough for this?
That is up to you. Alternatively, of course, you could try to recruit him as a knight to your realm. If you don't want to offer him a council position. But...
I mean, I will say Ander has shown himself to be reliable. And he has made wise choices.
Reliable, God-fearing man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very honourable to a T.
Right. Might not be what I need for a royal advisor, but
Yeah, he cannot be an admiral, surely, because you do not yet have a navy.
True. Let's
You
see
need to go
here.
stockyard before you can have a navy. So
Yes.
he'd also be brought on as retainer to the court if you wanted him to have a temporary, more like temp position on the court. But of course, retainers do cost an upkeep. So
Right. I mean, you know what? Yeah, no, Amnos will look to him and say, Lord Ander, you have, under considerable effort, been able to hold Reichhold afloat in a situation where you have balance between your treacherous neighbor. I was about to say both sides, but looking at the Duchesses here, maybe where in a difficult diplomatic situation with powerful neighbors vying for different types of goals and control on both sides. Yet you have made good efforts in balancing these two aspects. That tells me that you have a good head for governing and a sound mind. I am in need of both. And as such, I would be willing to offer you, provisionally, of course, the position of royal advisor at my court. I need someone who can oversee matters in a fair and and correct way when I am indisposed, and someone who is used to leadership and ruling, should it come to that.
The Lord looks slightly taken aback for a moment as you offer this. That's quite the honor you're bestowing for someone who's never been in your employ.
Amanas nods and says, yes, I am taking a risk, but then again, I am at war. Such risks must sometimes be taken, and such gambles have paid off in the past. You seem to be like an honorable man who wants to do the best for his people, and that is what I need. Do know, of course, that you shall be under quite scrutiny before you have managed to prove yourself. I am taking a risk, but so are you. I reward those who serve well, but I also punish those who do not.
I suppose if I'm not careful, a reuniting ceremony may look more like a beheading for me if I screw this up.
One way or another, a sword is coming down, if that is what you ask.
Well, I would definitely aim to make this the more ceremonial sort, please.
He nods. That is once more a wise. If, of course, there is any other position at the council that you would rather feel you are more suited to, I am willing to listen.
I feel I can certainly fill this role if that's, well, since you're offering it, and well, I do feel that I can at least bring to you some advice as someone who has ruled with, as you noted, rather disruptive neighbors.
Amanas nods, thinking to himself, this is quite excellent. He now has a competent advisor who does not particularly like either of his neighbors, which is very good.
And then will become your royal advisor, though it won't take full effect until next month.
That's fine. It takes a bit of time to install himself. Yeah, I
Go
think
ahead
that's
and add that as a provisional one onto the list for you.
yes.
You will not need to take special action to install him, as this is a kind of more special moment, as he will bend the knee to you.
Yes. Then, as he does, Amanas will step forward. I don't know exactly if I can step down from the dais here, or if he needs to go up.
It's a bit up to you if you want him to come up to you.
Yeah, he probably. That's
He'll kind of walk around and come up, kneel.
as he does. Amanas will grab Sulzir from its scabbard resting next to his throne, pull it out with his crackling blade, and then gently tap him on both sides of his shoulder. And I ask him to rise, Sir Ander, royal advisor and hand of the king.
He will do such.
With a nod, of course, a knowing nod towards Ceres and Vicus to keep an eye on this guy. And
I will do what I can to assist you, Your Grace.
I am sure you will, Lord Ander. Now, I believe there is much to do and many processes to get yourself acquainted with. But I am convinced that in time soon you shall see the advantages of the realm I am building and the way I rule. I look forward to working together with
you. He gives you a knightly bow before Danzig of Royal Square will take him off to get him installed to his position.
Excellent.
Sia will send a message to Dancer that hide all the military secrets from meeting papers again. Usual.
The scribe will help get him installed. Also help clear out an office for him, so the royal advisor will have somewhere to work.
Yep. And yeah, he'll have to prove himself.
It does. It does mean it'll help free you up on the leadership area, meaning there'll be more than one person to do leadership roles.
Yep, very good. And another local face, another local lord, not as beloved, perhaps, but at least it's fairly known. I guess most people know, the Lord of Reichhold.
They know of him. He's one of those names that it doesn't tend to raise any like major like ooh-ahs.
That's fine.
He's never been known as the most charismatic person in the world.
Uh-huh.
He's definitely one of the much more quiet, more level-headed rulers who just kind of watches and kind of just carefully takes note of what his opponent is doing.
Yeah,
From what few things you have heard, apparently a fairly good duelist.
fair enough. Always good to have some martially inclined people on the council in case we get ambushed.
Yeah, less the fancy fencing dueling that Mazzara is, but when it comes to just more like a knightly one-on-one duel, it's
Yeah.
not bad.
He's decent at jousting.
Yeah, he's good at the very much repeating like Western knights and like jousting and stuff like that. So
Of course.
compared to Mazzara's much more kind of courtly fencing Greece. And also terrifying fencing Greece, but that's not right.
That's fine.
Look, turns out most of your accounts was fairly deadly in some regard.
I mean, you're welcome, sir.
And well, also just welcome to the world of fantasy where level gives you power. Probably the least dangerous person in your council happens to be your treasurer, but that's fine. So I'd be personally. Because Penwick is not the most dangerous of people in your council either. Admittedly.
But Hoot, that's a different story.
Oh yeah, don't mess with Hoot.
Yeah, murderer. Cold-blooded.
It's battle familiar.
Yep.
It's good to see you, Duke Zeal. How are your forces handling the war then? As the Duchess approaches you freely afterwards.
I believe we are holding for the moment.
It's good to hear. My forces are quickly taking the Reichhold land and beginning to fortify it. And I've moved one of my smaller battle mage units to reinforce your flank over in Freyfrost.
Good.
Our next plan with the army is to proceed. At some point, we'll need to be deciding exactly how we want to hammer them when it comes to the fronts. If we plan to purely attack on one of them, or try pincering them through both routes.
What was the other crossing like? Is there a way to get around the river, or is it just this is it?
For Freyfrost, the river is really the chokehold.
Yeah.
There is no good crossing unless you want to invade into Durneville.
Yeah.
But that's going to cause a whole other diplomatic shitstorm.
Yeah.
And neither of you want to get to actually get the High Duke of Frelda actually pissed off.
Yeah. Well, through Reichhold, I mean, a pincer move doesn't seem like the worst idea, honestly.
Yeah, because one of the plans that she proposed previously, and I'll go over it again, was in theory if you could take out the fort at Freyfrost.
Yeah.
On some border, and potentially you can try to move forces both down kind of the open valley through Reichhold down to Alcend.
Yeah.
And pincer on the other side through Freyfrost.
Yeah.
And leave basically the only retreat route down to Pinewood.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of pressure onto their capital when you get there.
Yeah. No, that still seems to me to be the best.
Obviously, you're splitting your forces then, but with basically trying to gain superiority, right?
I mean, yes. So will he have to do? He also will have to split his.
He would have to split his forces, or just fall back to Eltonstar, in which case he's just fallen back. So
yeah. I definitely think that is the better option here.
The Duchess nods. I do prefer the pincer movement, as much as brute forcing the front door seems. Well, you actually likely wouldn't be expecting it, but on the other hand, it would not be great in our troops and give them too many options still.
Yeah, I don't know if we have like the power to do like shock troops. That's the thing, right? Our dudes are not that hardy.
If we do plan to do a pincer movement, though, that means we're going to take out both the defences at the border fort for Freyfrost, so I understand this there. And we're also going to go ahead and need to clear out whatever reinforcements he's put into the valley. Two tasks, but not unmanageable ones.
Yeah. I think that sounds pretty good. Did we have a way into the border fort? Or was that because you infiltrated that, right? But is there a way for like, is this a situation where we need to go as a strike force, or is there a way we can like, do we have to strike through with our army to get to it, or can we infiltrate it and take that?
Unfortunately, the route they used to infiltrate before likely is not going to be open anymore.
Right.
Or if it is, it's gonna be a trap.
Yeah.
Right.
Which means the better option may be trying to use your army to take the fort.
Then that is what we shall do.
In which case, the question is what forces would best take on the fortress. She suddenly looks over to Torin. You know the lands quite well. I understand you've been fortifying them for his lordship here. In the snowy terrain, do you have any particular opinions here? What might be best here for us?
What are the options? I mean, Torin would know the options. Dark, what are the options?
You've got a few options on the table. Though Eliza's forces are very small, they are well suited to kind of the constant kind of tundra of Freyfrost. They would be good at potentially getting fought quickly and closely and doing some kind of skirmish. But Eliza doesn't really have the forces for a full frontal assault.
Right.
Like her people just don't have the manpower to take a fort properly. They're good skirmish units, but if they hit the fort, you're not sure. You do have the 20 spire golems that were currently under control of Ceres.
Well, I like that idea.
The golems would certainly do a hell on the fort's defenses and would be very easy to open a breach. Will make the fort hard to use on the defense, but would open up a very clear offense with very few troop loss. Alternatively, you could do an old-fashioned just throwing manpower and your ballistae at it and just do a slow siege, so that would take some time.
No, I think has to be the first option. The golems, as nice as it would be to have lower casualties, we need that for defense inevitably. I'm pretty sure. It would be silly to fortify the highlands and then destroy the fort, which would be like the prime fortification, really.
Yeah. The alternate option would be trying to find some, less combat orientation way to taking the fort. But
I mean, that would be a
combat is all
suggestion
we
that
do.
yeah, that would be a suggestion that wouldn't come from Torin. Yeah, he would tend to argue for the skirmishes, I think. We need it quick, but not quick enough to destroy the place.
Is it possible to do a bit of an infiltration thing? Like, can we send people to infiltrate and open the gates for us, for example? Would that speed it up? Do like a joint thing.
That is a potential option that could be done, though it'll be difficult in your current state at the moment.
Okay.
It would be easier next. It'll be easier on the next phase when Vickers might have a bit of a spy network online.
Right.
Some of Vickers' spies could be used, though. I think Vickers still has. Let's see, you used the Black Thicket already on that.
You're muted. Haha.
I have the other ones.
You do, yeah. You do have the thieves. You do have the base of that thieves guild on standby still.
Yeah, I could use them. I could hire them to do that, right?
You could.
How much would that cost?
Let's have a look here.
Or is it because I'm pretty sure I didn't get a favor from them. It was like, yes, you can pay us and we'll do it. So
Yes.
Would be good.
Yeah.
We could combine that to reduce like the casualties of like Eliza's troops.
it would be good, yeah.
Depends on the price though.
I
Like,
do
if
have
it's
some
like
gold that I
200 gold, then maybe not.
well, I didn't
I
spend
mean, just
any in the
200
gold, so
No, I mean like 200 treasury gold,
oh no.
not
probably using my
pocket
own.
change.
No, I'll be using my own if it's not too expensive.
Oh, also, this reminds me of something actually which is rather important because gold got brought up.
Yeah.
As we're reaching a council phase, firstly, basically a payday for the group.
Hey, payday.
Which means everyone can go ahead and take. You guys are what, level 9?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
20 times 9 is what? 180?
180, yeah.
You can add that as gold each to your sheets.
Hey, hey.
All right. I'll take it.
It's the first time Torin gets paid.
He's so happy.
Ever.
Never see this much money.
I mean, in fairness, it's not necessarily a bad pay for the month.
It's pretty good.
Dark question.
As a little bit of money rolls in, basically just from the fact of, hey, yeah, like you're working here, you can get a paycheck.
Isa has a question for
What
you.
up?
A quick question. Can I spend 20 gold, so it's total of 200, so I get 200 of diamond dust with that money?
Sure.
I just mark it as diamond dust. Good, thank you.
Get paid in diamond dust.
I need to use for spells.
I mean, basically, she basically takes her paycheck, goes down to the cat, and like,
Yeah.
hello, I would like to purchase your finest diamond dust.
He
Yes, give me your
puts
dust.
I need it.
Handshaking.
Yeah, I need the dust.
Or
Nice,
either you go
good
around to the dwarf, either you go around to the dwarven embassy and ask them for the diamond dust. Either way.
He has like a big pile with a scoop.
I just imagine the dwarven embassy always just has like a stockpile of gemstones and other things.
Of course, of course.
Yes, you could potentially hire out the spies. Now, admittedly, the Thieves Guild would consider this very dangerous work to infiltrate a fort that's going to try murdering them. They don't like war zones, for understandable reasons. They're thieves, they're not soldiers. If you wanted to hire them, would potentially offer their services would cost quite a bit of gold, or just actual gold, not treasury gold, just personal gold.
Yeah, how much? I have a lot I didn't spend yet, so
Looks like they would be charging about 800 gold.
I will pay that.
Well,
In which case, that will definitely improve Eliza's skirmishers' chances, because they don't really have the raw forces for a proper gate siege.
Yeah.
Having the gate partly opened, though, definitely gives them a strong advantage.
I've spent 800.
Because basically for Eliza's forces, their biggest weakness is the breach phase. It takes them ages to get a breach.
Yeah. But
If the gate's already open, though, they can skip the breach phase.
Yeah.
The Duchess seems to pause and consider this and nods. That is okay. That is an interesting tactic, not the one I expected. I did hear though that Frey Frost's winter troops are some of the best around.
We like our own conventional methods.
I appreciate that. She smirks, giving a praising look to Vickers as well. As she says that. Very well. In which case, while you're doing that, then the other part will be clearing out the defences in the Lower Alsend Valley. Sorry, the Great Alsend Valley. Understandably, it seems that the Duke has already gone on the defensive, trying to stop us from counterattacking. He seems somewhat afraid. That's what I think. The Duchess smiles.
Seems likely, given the situation.
I doubt he's particularly a fan of trying to fight both. Just me, he could try to deal with me. But both of us? Well, you are the wild card here.
Yeah, certainly, he feels probably that he got more than he bargained for.
And that was the entire hope of this.
Yep. Certainly was. Well,
Would you be willing to lend me some of your foot soldiers for the lower valley? In return, I can send some more of my mages up to your northern flanks.
looks over to Gillian, who is the commander. Wants his input if this seems like a good idea to him.
Gillian pauses for a moment. We could spare the foot troops for them. Having more mages on our side would be a tactical advantage. It's something we certainly lack in our normal forces.
All right, it is done. Make it so.
The Duchess nods. Thank you very much. I will make the arrangements.
So engage.
Exactly.
Okay then. With that plan set, then the council begins to go about their way, unless you wish to speak with anyone in particular first.
No, I'm feeling pretty okay.
Okay then. It will take some time for the troops to move around and get into position, but it seems like you have your plan of attack here. Your forces are going to try and take out the Freyfrost fort using Eliza's skirmishers and now apparently a bunch of thieves to try and open the door. Fix the specialty, clearly. Okay. Duchess will try to clear the valley out. And group as a whole, you guys were considering potentially trying to breach your way, potentially going after the spy master himself.
Yes.
As was noted, the speaking mirror, Makarov believes she can get you through it, and even offer you a gateway back via it, though it will cost 1 mana from your from the tower.
Fine.
Does we have 1 mana?
You have exactly 1 mana left. So she could use that last drop of power to basically open you a portal through.
Great.
Always have 1 mana left in case you need a portal.
I mean, she could not spend that 1 mana, but then basically she could be a one-way trip. She could give you. She could get you the return trip.
Yeah, the return trip is almost necessary for this to even be a consideration. So yeah, we're not gonna be stuck in the outside with no way back. That's really awkward.
Yeah, it's definitely the fetch that's the issue there. So Mikaro then will explain to you what she has witnessed on the other side. As noted, it does appear to be a relatively small town on the trade roads down there where he set up his fortress. The mirror is currently being kept appearingly in a storage room deep at the back of some kind of underground complex.
All right.
From what she can tell, it looks like he has become suspicious something's going on in the mirror, but hasn't figured out what yet.
All right.
Though she only mentions it'll be a matter of time before he figures out what they're up to.
Yeah, makes sense.
She also, though, has a decent idea of his timetable. Been keeping an eye after her on the place and seeing when people move in and out.
She'll strike at like 3:30 in the morning or something.
Some very inconvenient time.
The most inconvenient.
Very well. Just to confirm, then, will it? Who? I assume it would just be. It'll be the 5 of you going for this then.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It's be the safest option.
Understood. You okay? Also, you okay, Halldamir? You caught up on everything going on?
We're gonna go murder some spy mastery, I'm guessing.
Interrogate and then murder. Potentially, yes.
I mean, if you bring them back alive, they can potentially be interrogated.
But if he's a mage, kill him. Can't trust those.
Oh,
I
see.
mean, we can murder and then raise him as dead, and then interrogate him.
Okay, well, you
Speak
know.
with dead. That you know.
Remember how there's that necromancer seer potential option? Actually, in fairness, you already have a necromancer wandering around the city anyway in the form of Mizara's brother. So
That's true.
I think he's a cultist more than a necromancer.
I mean, he's a cultist who practices necromancy. So.
Potato.
He's a cultist more than a necromancer.
Though again, in his defense, he has kept it under control and has not been doing it rampantly anymore.
Not rampant necromancy.
I think
The only time his necromancy has been reported is when he's been fighting someone, generally with your group.
that's fair.
Outside of combat, he seems to have just gone like, meh, okay. So if he's doing necromancy, he's at least not been public with it.
Oh, before we go, I will send a message with a spell to Theo for the practice papers later.
Okay.
Also, before we go.
Yep, because feel free to do anything in the court because once you go, it's the point of no return after all.
Oh no, this would be for the thing.
Yep.
Because I now have access to pre-buffs for more people.
Yeah.
And they're long duration pre-buffs.
Because someone now is a wizard.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
Oh, what?
You want to just shunt Vickers off into a timer, Morgan?
No, not right now. So the thing I have is Gift of Alacrity,
Alright.
which adds a D8 to initiative rolls,
Oh.
which is spectacular. And I think what I'll probably do is I think I will use my arcane recovery preemptively, I guess.
Keep in mind, it does state that it's 1 minute on Gift Alacrity.
Yeah, but it's an 8-hour
When it
duration.
costs 8 hours. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So I was misreading. I thought that was 1 minute duration. No, it's 8 hours duration. Okay.
8-hour duration, 1 minute cast time. So, what I would do is, basically there's 5 of us, so I can buff all 5 of us with Gift of Alacrity, and then have Mage Armor as a spell slot taken up, and my Arcane Recovery used for the day.
I thought we just burn up your entire first level.
Yeah, pretty much. Burn it up and then recover it with a short rest.
If you want to, I don't need it. I have pretty high initiative, anyways.
But you could have more initiative.
You could have more initiative.
I mean, plus 14 would be quite a high, yes. But I don't know if plus 6 plus 8.
I have +6. I'm quite, I'm happy to have Gift of Alacrity.
The casters having high initiative is usually the best because you can set up the field and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I won't say no to more initiative if you have it.
I think everyone is just a good, solid bet to have it.
I'll take it.
what Ceres will do basically is like one by one, we sort of know the day we're going. Like, you know, we're
Yeah, you can plan ahead what day it's going to be.
Ceres will go up to each one of you one by one and say, just in preparation, in my time away, I learned something that will heighten your reactions a bit. And I'm going to make sure that we're all as prepared as we can be. And then we'll spend the next minute casting the spell of Gift of Alacrity onto you.
Which is quite the buff. 8 hours?
Great. Wizards, man.
8 hours for a D. Is that just for all initiative rolls, though?
Yes. Not just for one, it's any initiative roll within the within those 8 hours.
Damn 5th edition.
Yeah.
What are these spells? So be it. What am I to question your strange magics? Okay. Is there any other kind of pre-buffs or alternatively like just pre-discussions or pre-planning you would like any of you want to do?
I mean, I can always cast aid on people if you want a bit more HP. It's sort of a take it or leave it thing, but do you guys want 5 more HP, or are you thinking you're good?
I think I'm fine. I have I have so much HP from the amulet health. I think it'll be okay.
True.
And it depends how many spell slots
People?
you have. You're probably not swimming in spell slots, right?
I'm not swimming in spell slots now.
I mean, those 5 HP could also be a smite, right?
Yes, like a 3d6 or d8 smite. Yes.
I think that's better to save it for your smites, yeah.
Well, I'll save for smiting.
Especially since you do so much damage. It's nice.
You do tend to be the damage.
Pretty good at it. Yeah. This.
Worryingly so. What's it with all these paladins? Okay. In which case, the group heads to kind of get preparations into place. You wait until a point where Makara knows that she believes that the spy master is in the den that evening. Her understanding it is some kind of thieves' den you're entering into. One of his own personal construction. Located underneath this kind of sleepy town, as it were. Obviously, as it goes, expect, lots of people with knives. She's not going to tell you how to fight them. That'll be up to your group to decide, how you want to go about fighting a bunch of thieves and assassins.
Since we are going into an assassin's nest, I will actually cast a long-term buff on myself.
Mm-hmm.
That is protection against poison.
Makes sense.
I mean, I'm looking at character. That's not a terrible idea.
No.
Also, remember you have your endocrine bracers, so being resistant to poison helps if you want to use that, because it poisons you, right?
Can we buy a potion of poison resist? Didn't Penelope make potions like that? Persephone?
There
even?
were a couple available in some shop some time ago.
I can have a look to see what's in Persephone's inventory.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Thorin does have 2 potions of poison resistance already, so you could
Okay.
share one.
Hopefully we can buy some as well. The whole group.
Does look like she does have some available if you need them.
How many does she have?
She has 3 of them in stock.
Or how many each?
Well, how much each?
Yeah, how much each? Yeah.
Let me have a look.
Whenever she might have potions of any resistance whatsoever, I want them. I will just buy them immediately. They are never bad.
Standing buying order.
Yeah, no, they're wonderful.
Also, I assume I have
Not the potion of poison. You don't want the thing that makes you poisoned.
Yeah. No, wrong potion.
It is free. It's 300 gold per bottle, unfortunately.
Oh, that's expensive. I don't have that much.
I can get one for myself. After that, I'm tapped out.
Well, I mean, if you've got 2 Thorin, I can buy one for myself. And
She'll discount it down to 250.
If it's 250, then I can get 2.
I can get quite a few. So.
Well, she has 3, so if I buy 2 and you buy 1, and Thorin shares 1, that's everyone, right? That's 5.
Yeah, well, Amanasor has the spell anyway.
I have my spell. I don't know.
Okay, then maybe I'll buy 2 and you don't have to buy any then. Unless you just want extra.
I'll just buy extra.
Yeah.
Also, in case you're interested, she also has 1 potion of resist radiant.
No, thanks.
I'm already radiant resistant, so I'm fine.
Same here.
250. Alright, remove now.
Resist radiant.
Yes.
Yes.
If
No.
Thorin doesn't take it, I might take it.
She can. We'll keep that on the side in case you come back with money.
Yeah.
I mean, I have money, but I want to actually buy normal healing potions.
That she can also sell.
Yes. I want to buy 2 of them if I can.
Yep. If it's regular quality ones, you can buy them in bulk. Basically, that's fine.
How much are those? 50.
Yeah, that'll be it. The small ones, though, the regular ones.
Yeah, I might buy a few of
Yeah,
those.
the basic common potions of healing. They're 50 each. She can basically sell them to you in bulk.
I'll buy one of those, and now I'm broke. I have 15 gold left. Great.
And now you break in and rob her in the night so you can get all your money back.
Now rob the spy master.
You are the spy master.
No,
This
the
other
one
spy
we're about
master.
to attack. Hello.
Oh,
At Spymaster.
all right, yeah. Of
Alright.
course.
I'm good to go.
Alright. Break the potions of portal through.
Huh.
Okay.
Breach.
I'll reset the setting then. Yeah, you all go to kind of get into position then for a night where you believe they'll be there.
It's going to be a teleportation trap that sends us just into the ocean.
I mean,
It'd
but
be
for you,
interesting.
depends how deep we go.
As you kind of get into position, Makara will go over and just generally speak with you a little bit about what she's seen. Obviously, she's seen quite a lot of miscreants moving around, moving a lot of valuables, it seems like.
Valuables.
Yes, it seems that in some way that the Duke has been supplementing his income through less than savory methods.
Ah,
Hire some bandits, hire some thieves, and then take a cut of the profits. Using kind of Pinewood and its surrounding counties to the south as a wonderful piggy bank for them.
oh really? Interesting.
That will go to the news.
No one can prove
this-
anything. So
Wait, to the south? So like the okay, interesting.
into the neighbors' lands to the south. Yes,
Uh-huh.
you don't really know much about the neighbors down there, but yeah,
No. Well, at least he doesn't have any friends to the south. I suppose.
at least if they know about it.
Right, right.
Yeah. Other than that, from what she can tell, searching through to the other side, there has been a she hasn't sensed a lot of magic on the other side, only a little bit.
Okay.
So probably not like a large force of mages waiting for you.
Well, that's good. We don't like those.
Chances are those are all held up inside the Duke Castle.
Hmm.
Though she does know, of course, it's entirely possible you might run across one or two people with like skills in like illusion or something like that still. That's arcane tricks is her thing. Be on your toes.
Is he a mage himself? Do we know?
Not to her knowledge. And also not to Vickers' knowledge either.
Nope. We didn't get much on the guy, but enough to know, I guess.
Yeah, you don't know a lot, but you haven't seen any indications they're a mage.
And if he was a mage, he'd be in a tower. He wouldn't be in this thieves' den. So
From what you can learn, they are some form of alchemist.
okay. They have a lot of expensive stuff. I see.
Also, a lot of exploding stuff.
Yeah.
So one fireball might blow up half the village.
Be aware, right?
Yeah, if you hit those battles with dragon fire, we know what happens.
Oh, don't worry, it'll be absolutely fine though. For all the
Yep.
thieves, that are there, for example, they've all got evasion. They'll be fine. Oh, of course, about yourself, you might be in more trouble, but
Yeah, well,
yeah, she doesn't know what she's experimenting on, and you guys really don't know much about him either to know exactly what his focus in alchemy is. But
Right.
To find out, right?
assume the worst.
Mhm. And as a group, I've got one question for you now.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to be quiet going through the portal, or are you guys going to go like charging?
I don't think
I mean,
I don't
it's
think we are quiet people.
true, but it is in a storeroom far away. I feel like
Yeah.
we will try to like sneak through.
Do like a group thing.
Does anyone have like read magic or detect magic? So we know if there's like a magical trap or an alarm spell on the other side?
I have detect magic.
Maybe send Ceres through first, very carefully, to detect magic around around the mirror and the warehouse.
If we lose Sarah's signal, you know it's a trap.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Alright.
In which case, everyone kind of enters into the room that's been prepared by Makara. She's kind of cleared out one of the lower rooms of the tower, and done a crude teleportation circle in it, linking to the mirror. And just simply telling you, like, you can simply touch the mirror and you should be able to basically just pull yourself through it. At least as long as she maintains this.
I guess. Sarah steps through.
Sarah kind of places her hand on the mirror and slowly she kind of sinks through. It's almost like kind of like trying to sink through like really thick, like a really thick viscous liquid.
Mm.
Just kind of sink on through the mirror. As you emerge on the other side, can you make me a stealth roll? Going quietly.
I am excellent at stealth. I promise.
I mean, I guess I could give you bardic inspiration before you go. So you have bardic inspiration.
All right. What's that? D8.
D8.
Be quiet.
Wait, hold on. Detect magic is a ritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't you teach me? And I stealth through?
I think
have ritual
ritual take
casting.
longer to cast than normally, I think.
Yeah, but once you cast it, it has a duration. So I can just walk through with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, can I? You'd have to.
They definitely could have been taught it at this point. Given the fact that many people in the court have it as a ritual, including Charlotte as well.
Yeah.
That might be safer for your benefits.
Sure.
Very well.
Yeah.
Nicholas, you head through the mirror of molasses.
All right.
Then we guys had the bardic inspiration.
All right. And now you want a stealth check for me, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna use the inspiration here. I want to see. Was it D8?
Yeah, D8.
So 34. Yeah.
Think
Nicholas,
Yes.
as you kind of slip through, you find yourself in a small storeroom. I say small, but very tall storeroom, and you're kind of the mirror seemingly located at the kind of very base of it. You kind of look around at the various platforms. The room is full of like barrels and crates, and actually a lot of those barrels are kind of way sticking out from where they should be. Conspicuously so. As you look around, and you can see on the upper level some people patrolling from where you are.
Yeah.
And you notice some of them definitely have what you can tell are like clearly like flaming arrows.
Okay. So this is a trap room. Okay.
But they haven't noticed you. You managed to step through the mirror without any of them seeing or hearing you.
Okay. Right. Well, I think the obvious choice here is to note where they are specifically. And then come back, basically go back and tell everyone what the situation is, because if I start something here, I can't give any notice. So I need to just go back and tell people what's going on first.
So, how are the guards arranged? Is it just one platform to the side? Is it like both sides?
There's kind of a platform. I mean, the platform kind of used around the room a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely quite a long route up, but there's kind of only like a single stairway up from the bottom up there.
Right.
Is it possible? Was there an exit to the room? Like, can you? Like,
there is an exit to the room, but it's kind of up where all the guards are.
right. Because if you could potentially stealth through and get out, and then create a diversion so the guards leave, then we can get through, like with a shot.
But how do I tell you?
I mean, we can see through the mirror, right?
The group can see you through the mirror right now.
Oh, okay. Alright, if you can see me, then yeah, it might be a idea actually.
My thought would be, if they're contingent on being able to shoot flaming arrows at the explosives, I have access to Wall of Force. So if I can put a 100-foot long, 10-foot tall wall in front of where they are,
just block them in on the ledge.
and then just sort of, yeah, like if they can't shoot at the barrels, we
yeah.
can just make our way to them.
I like that. Or, I mean, just blocking the exit out so they can't get out to warn anyone. That's not bad either.
Or dome them. Put them in a dome.
How many guards are there?
See about 3 of them on the upper platform right now. It's not a large number, but they're clearly there to kind of just keep an eye out and raise alarm if something happens.
And are they heavily armored or?
No. Unsurprisingly for a thieves' den, they're fairly lightly armored with their bows.
Hey, I think I would like to maybe get the drop on them, and then like a second later, you guys can come in and then do your stuff. Because as soon as you walk in, you're gonna notice, right? So,
Mhm.
I think I would like to see if I can get my way up there, stealth up there, and if at any point, hell breaks loose, then you guys can see and come in and do your stuff.
Your only disadvantage there is no cover on the way up the stairs.
That is true, but if I'm sneaky enough, I don't need cover.
Not
feel-
entirely how it works.
I know.
Oh, what am I doing? No, sorry.
Like, there are some areas that block line of sight going up, but they would require you to climb.
Sorry, I'm a
Ah.
complete moron because I'm using a completely different spell sheet.
Yeah. What do you have that can help me here?
I mean, it can help. We can tandem this. I have greater invisibility.
Oh, fuck's sake! Put it on me.
So, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I can
yes.
just
Because molasses back through the mirror.
I could just throw it on Vicus.
All right.
You
Give me
just
that
have to
shit.
be
That's what I
sneaky
need.
enough to not make sound, effectively.
Sure.
It does get rid of the issue of there's no cover on the staircase, though.
All right. Now I am invisible, and now I can attempt. So I will attempt to do that.
I'll need a new stealth check for this, though, but as you are invisible, of course, the efforts be in your favor.
All right. No advantage, I assume. The
Well-
invisibility just allows me to do it in the first place.
Yeah, you're in this case just going to let you do it because otherwise
Yep.
you'd be out in the open.
Yep. If this fails, or if I'm going to get noticed, then let me know. I will roll my psychic die on top.
Wait, do they have a? Yeah.
I mean, they could have potentially seen him,
Potential.
Yes.
but they're
But
tempted
that-
not.
Okay.
It does not appear that they have noticed you as you invisibly head up the stairs.
Okay.
So you're now kind of on the upper area, looking around, as you see kind of the guards and their patrols. They're all kind of spread out up here, though they can all have kind of vague line of sights to each other.
Right.
There's only one exit from this room they're in. One that you could probably go to lock if you really wanted to.
Yes. I will attempt to lock it.
You can sneak over to the door and you kind of jimmy it shut. Jam one of your lockpicks in there so it can't be opened.
Yep. Okay.
You can get your lockpick back later, it's fine.
Now, yeah, I would like to get the drop on at least one of them. So yes, I'll probably pick one of them because as soon as, then again, my stuff is invisible, right? So if I attack someone and I'm invisible, I mean,
It's
how will they
greater.
know anything happened? Yeah,
I mean, they'll see their comrade fall to the ground dead.
That's true.
but they won't see where I am.
No.
If I in melee do it. So yeah, that's what Vic is gonna do. He's gonna sneak behind one of the guards and basically just try and like murderate him in close range.
You can try to murder them in close range.
Oh my god. Got sneak attack and everything.
Let's see. I'll use the. No, I can't use the dagger of ecstasy because that'll make noise. I need something that doesn't have a any remnants. So yeah, let's use the blades here. So that is a fumble. Do I have advantage from the?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
hidden.
You would technically have advantage because they haven't spotted you.
Okay, that's good. Maybe I won't roll a 1 again. Okay, 23.
Yeah.
You managed to land the hit, though it's a closer margin than you would have liked, but you did land the hit.
Alright, that's okay. I have a thing if I missed anyway, but
You would have you were fine.
okay. So we have that's the raw. Well, I don't. Never mind. That's not damage. This is damage. There we go.
Plus,
And then sneak attack. Where are you? Oh, wow, 13. So 20 total.
as you jam the knife into their side.
Do you have a bonus action for another if they don't
It does
go
not.
down?
I was also just double checking if they could trigger something, but they cannot.
I see.
Please, you can go and take a bonus action if you wish.
Yes, I would. Slam this one into them. I'll just roll the advantage in case I crit. So I'm still invisible. So nope, but I hit. So normal damage, 15. So yeah, no sneak attack on this because it's only once per turn.
As your second attack comes in, as you do manage to psychically lobotomize the rogue,
Gosh.
who was
poor
going
guy.
to try and uncanny dodge you, but can't do it against someone. But that requires someone you can see hit you.
Dear.
Since you're invisible, he cannot see you to uncanny dodge you.
That's true.
Somewhat disadvantage of uncanny dodge. And he collapses to the ground.
Yes.
The others suddenly look panicked, seeing one of their comrades fall out of the corner of their vision. They can't see you though, as they begin to move quickly.
I see one of them is going to go for the door.
One of them seems to go for the door, while the other one's kind of pointing the bow in like the vague direction of where his friend is, and you, and kind of taking steps in your direction slowly.
Yeah. So is the top area like a circular platform? Can I like go around to the other side, or is there only one way?
It's
to the door?
semicircular, not fully circular.
Right. Let's see. What can I do?
There are places you could try to move to hide potentially.
Yes, I would like to do that if possible.
You do that. You kind of move off to the side and hide behind one of the large crates, just out of view. So he kind of gets up to his friend there and starts looking at the body carefully while keeping his guard up.
Yeah.
His friend reaches the door, tries to open it, and finds the door locked.
Okay. So at this point, is there a way I can like try another attack on one of them without them like immediately noticing, or are they?
You can try, though it will be more difficult, but you can try.
Yeah, I would like to try. Try until I fail. That's how it goes. So do you need another stealth from me?
We need another stealth check to keep up the charade.
Yeah, no problem. 30.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll roll just in case.
Yes. No.
I mean, could be.
I mean, technically they'll get an extra +2 on that now, but 22 is still not enough. So.
Yeah, and I can still, roll on top. Right, so let's attack, I guess. So first one. I assume I still have advantage, or are they?
You still have advantage, nothing else, because invisibility doesn't have a caveat saying you don't get advantage anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, that's a 20. I assume that's a miss, but
No, a 20 will hit.
oh really? Okay, never mind then. So here's the damage. And we have attack here. So it's a good roll for sneak attack. Actually, I think that murders.
That is a really high roll.
Ooh, a 37.
As the archer collapses to the ground.
Now I could bonus action throw at the guy at the door.
You can try.
I will try. Yeah. It's 27. I need to click advantage. I'm being dumb here. Sorry. So yeah, 27.
Mhm.
Just normal 9 damage.
That
On
does
him.
not take him out.
No, I'd assume not.
Then strikes to the back, and he kind of gets psychically hit in the back, turns, looks around, seeing his friend also now on the ground.
Yeah.
He's going to go ahead and take his retaliation hit on you.
Sure.
As you see him just aim for the cluster of barrels throughout the room, and that's for all throughout the room.
All right.
Oh shit, he's gonna take himself out? Damn.
He's against the door. He's in the safest possible position to try and detonate the room.
All right.
Are we able to see him from the mirror?
You can't see this guard. You can see Vickers. Well, you would be able to see where Vickers is, except he's currently invisible.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh.
You can see there's something going on vaguely up on the balcony, but it's out of your view, really.
Like
As-
if I stepped in, I wouldn't be able to see it, basically.
Yeah, but you'd have to enter the room fully.
Get out of the room. Yeah.
As the arrow is let loose and strikes one of the barrels, it suddenly explodes rather violently. Vickers,
Yeah.
I need a dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
This is one of your preferred things, after all.
24.
Pretty good.
I'm getting incredibly lucky with these rolls, I have to say.
Dude, this is incredible.
Because the room does detonate for 52 damage.
It's a dex save, so I don't take any of that, unless it's yeah.
Unless you failed.
Unless I failed, then I would take
As-
all of it.
Vickers, you manage to. What I can only imagine you're now hanging from the chandelier above.
Yes.
Managed to avoid the entire room going up in a massive explosion. For everyone on the other side of the mirror, the entire mirror rattles slightly for a moment. It's fine. The magical object withholds, but the entire you can't see anything on the side now. It's just pure like black smoke everywhere. Because it's really hard to breathe in here now. It's full of viscous black smoke.
Yes, I can imagine.
The guy is still in here and alive as well. He is somehow still standing as well at the moment.
Okay.
He seemed like trying to look around, like is he gone? I don't even know where he is.
I bet this is when we enter, though, right? The ball of fire subsides.
The fun thing honestly would be now if Vickers kills him and then we retreat and the guards come in and there would be no traces on the guards how they died except the
Makes
explosion.
sense. Yeah, they must have blown them up. Yeah.
Blown themselves up.
Yeah.
I suppose we can enter. Unless you want to continue to murder them.
I was gonna take one more
Honestly. Yeah.
turn simultaneously.
So we're hanging from the balcony.
Yes, I am.
We're hanging from the chandelier, I should say. So
But I can still throw, so I will throw. Well, actually, do I need a stealth check at this point, or?
You're still invisible, so I
You're
mean,
still
you're...
invisible.
you don't need a stealth check. Like you're still invisible, so you do advantage. But he definitely knows someone's here now,
Yeah,
No.
okay. I'm just gonna take him out. So. Let's
and he
just...
vaguely knows where you are now. So
Alright, that's with advantage, 25.
Yep.
And we have 11 and sneak attack for 18 on top.
again,
Take
he
him
will
out.
try to uncanny dodge, but he can't see you. So
Right.
as you psychically lobotomize him as well.
Alright.
Around this time, seeing the massive ball of explosions at the mirror rattled, I assume everyone else now starts stepping through it.
Yes.
Entering into this room just full of this black, viscous smoke. As you look around, the invisibility is 1 minute ending as your group kind of comes in. And then one just sees Vickers hanging upside down from the chandelier, coughing.
We should probably get out of here and quick because I think this explosion might have alerted some people.
Wasn't exactly subtle.
No,
Are we ever subtle?
we try.
For once, the explosion
Do
wasn't
we
my
really
fault.
try?
I think we tried pretty hard here, actually.
I guess, in this rare case.
Did anyone take any damage? No. Good.
Honestly, best explosion. Like,
I mean, it's up to you. Do you always want to back off and just see what happens, or
No,
Do you
no,
want-
we're going. We're going. Yeah.
yeah, I think
you're
we
gonna-
go.
okay? So you're going to clean out the room then for yourself.
We'll
Who
have
wants
to.
to do it?
Does this mirror have to be here, or can I bring it with me and we can use it later as a focus?
It's very heavy.
No, but I can put it in my scarf.
If you want to spend time, you could technically fold it up and put it inside. Also, you need to,
Yeah, take it out again. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. It's
you can
fine.
lay out the scarf, take it out, then before you can do anything. So
Yeah, we don't have luxury of time. Yeah, let's. I'll unjam the door and open it. I guess. Get out of here.
Jesus Christ. That was
you open it-
insane. That's
as
got
you
to be an
open it-
inspiration, right?
I'm happy to give an inspiration if you think it's worth it.
Yeah, like, come on, that was... He just killed
Mission
3
Impossible
guys.
theme is
They
playing.
they didn't see him, and he survived an explosion. He took 0 hit points of damage while killing 3 guys in an ambush. Like, they were prepared for an ambush. If anything deserves an inspiration, that has to be one,
I
right?
mean, I'm always of the thing of the table. So I often forget inspiration anyway. If you think something's worth inspiration, just post it to the table. So
Yeah,
I
dude,
appreciate
that's
it,
inspiration, man. Come on. That was badass.
go ahead, Valky.
Metal
Thanks.
Gear Vicus.
Like,
I'll take it. Thank you.
Still in a dream.
Oh, but actually, while I'm on that same topic, given all the roleplay from last session, you know what? Sarah, I think you also deserve one after your whole time travel incident.
oh,
Yeah, I think so too.
I appreciate that.
Seems fair.
We'll probably need it.
I will not oppose.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it to it.
The thick, viscous smoke of your room kind of instantly starts wafting out into the hall, into like the long cave hallway in front of you. It appears wherever you are, you're quite far underground, though you were warned that was the case. It doesn't appear the explosion has damaged the rockwork too much, though. It appears, they didn't plan to just cave the entire place in.
Amateurs.
Well, perhaps they didn't want to cave in the place. Who knows? Would be a good way to kill you, though. They're out to kill their own guards. Pretty sure. As you begin to kind of move on forwards, then. With some haste. Who's leading?
Probably me, to be honest.
That makes sense.
The invisibility only lasts a minute.
Your visibility would be over.
It's a bit over now, but I'll still lead. I mean, it's a rogue's den. I'm sure I know where
It
you're
would be difficult to lead if you were invisible.
That's
True.
true.
Also, there's probably a shit ton of traps, so
There's that too.
keep an eye for that.
Can I get a perception roll?
Yeah, you can.
And for the next 10 minutes, you're running Detect Magic on yourself.
13. I can boost it.
It's technically not a success.
Technically not. Okay, then I will add 4 for 17.
Precognition bullshit.
Yes.
Was it retrocognition?
Could be.
Which are technically rolling it after the event, but
It's true. It's a vision, I guess. Like a danger sense.
Valky's spidey sense.
Yeah.
You realise if perhaps if only because your tech magic is running as well as you being mildly perceptive,
Yes.
there is a magical trap in the hallway ahead.
Ah,
Hmm.
you point that out.
Fascinating.
As you spot a couple of crystals embedded into the stonework of the cave, which you're fairly sure will, well, if you get any closer, are going to try and they'll release whatever spell they've got outwards.
Right. Well, with detect magic, what type of school is the trap of?
Evocation.
Okay, that's bad.
Um,
Yeah, magical trap, folks.
Unfortunately, there is no easy way to reach it from your current position.
I will dispel magic it.
That is an easy way of dealing with magical trap, potentially. What level of dispel magics are we talking?
Third.
Okay.
You might have to roll
I
then.
might have to roll this, yeah, but
Level 9 fireball.
Let me just double check the text on dispel magic so I know what it does.
like counter spell. 4 for higher, I have to roll. DC 10 plus spell level.
It automatically is the same level spell or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Ceres, as you cast it out. I will also actually know the spell in question as you cast this.
Mm-hmm.
As it strikes out and zaps. It does seem to dispel the crystal.
Oh, excellent.
You believe it contained a lightning bolt.
Oh, nice.
You know, because wonderful for those narrow corridors, right?
Yeah, these people are really fans of lightning. Figuring out.
Gotta be pricey. How much does a lightning trap cost? Feels like it's gonna be pricey.
They are hoarding all their crystals, so they have the resources for this.
Probably a lot, though. Really.
They are expensive. They're also one-time use traps, which is not, you know, it's always fun expense.
Yeah. Like Glyph of Warning could do it, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to like a Glyph of Warding situation, so.
Yeah. Alright, trap done.
Yeah.
Dust
Go
off
ahead
my
and issue
hands.
Expensive spell slot, but that's fine. Thankfully, they only had a third level version of the spell, though.
That's awesome. Alright.
Okay.
Trap disabled.
As you start moving further ahead, you end up running across a what is very clearly designed to be a bit of a drop gate where they could kind of pull it down and seal the cave off if they thought there were intruders inside. The gate is still open at the moment, though. Frankly, you don't let anyone out, so it doesn't appear that the noise the explosion was actually heard this far down.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Well, that's what they want us to think.
I mean, for all you know, maybe it's a trap on the other side.
Mm.
Well, we'll be ready for it, maybe.
Crossing through the little gateway arch, though, it doesn't appear to be the case.
Surprise!
You don't seem to get instantly murked, at least. So
Alright, that's good.
I'm just going to double check, Valky. What's your time check for today?
I have to leave at half.
Well, 1:30?
Yes.
Okay.
That's like my max time I can give.
Yes. I've just been conscious of the fact of that fact.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. With that though, you run across a bit of a crossroads here in the tunnels. The crossroads are labelled in the following ways for you, as there does appear to be actual, signage up for you.
Right.
Well, not for you, but in particular. Yeah, it's not a invite your enemies in sign.
That's it.
Trap here.
But one way basically seems to indicate this goes to the laboratory. One way seems to indicate it goes to some kind, well, it's simply just referred to as the den. And the last way is indicates it goes to the club.
Well, we're gonna find him. He's probably in the laboratory. Maybe.
Most likely.
Let's go there first.
Okay, you guys want to head in the direction of the laboratory. Heading down through the area, through that, you very quickly find yourselves running across a large and heavy-looking a metal door, kind of standing very opposed to the general stonework of the cave. The door standing rather proud, with a pair of statues on either side of it. Very different, very out of place in some regards. A pair of statues standing kind of fairly tall. One of them almost like an angel, and the other one almost looking like some kind of harpy or demon. You're not sure. Not immediately, at least. Not by a glance. There is writing on the door as well. But though, well, I was about to say, none of you can read it. None of you natively understand the language. But I believe someone here doesn't care about natively understanding it. So
No, I can read it. I can read it. Every language that there is.
very well. I'm just going to double check if languages in case I'm wrong about the native part. So
Okay.
what do, because I don't know everyone's languages off the top of my head. So let's double check Ceres. What's your languages? She's supposed to either.
I have Abyssal, Common, and Elvish.
Anybody understand that one?
What?
Nope.
Yes, I do. I do.
Oh,
Okay.
Thieves can't.
No,
What?
I knew taking this would be good.
what is it?
What is it?
I guess I could say, right? Because I know
Inferno?
it is undercommon.
Undercommon.
Oh.
Ah.
Drow, how vicious.
On the door is language written in Undercommon. And you are actually doubly correct, because part of it is entwined with Elven writing, indicating this, to be precise, is Drow Undercommon.
Ah, I also know Elder, so I guess I would notice that too.
You can read the full thing.
Awesome.
As can, of course, the wonderful sage of the group who just doesn't care about languages.
But the nuance.
Yeah, she doesn't get the same nuance you do from the text.
The undertone is just.
Like I like to think of a sage's power as basically of like having Google Translate on your vision.
I mean,
It's
yeah, pretty much.
and you also have the Google Translate voice lady, like reading it for you.
Yeah, but it's like the 2000s voice.
Yeah. It is nice to see you.
I like that as the head column when you just have comprehend languages running.
That's great.
Sadly, my ad block blocks that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I have to read.
Yeah, in her case, it's only the written. She's only getting written Google Translate. She's not getting text to speech. So
My ad block ring.
it's true. She has got an ad block ring out for it.
I would have an ad block ring if it worked.
What's it say?
They're offerings to the darkness
Ooh.
and swear off the light.
Mm.
For all who cross here, give up your morals on sight.
Mm,
All right,
Give
found
up
a
your-
new advisor to the court.
Give up your morals and sight?
yes.
Loki makes me want to think that we should go in there looking down.
Only the penitent may pass.
Perhaps.
Maybe it's just very dark in there.
Maybe.
Or maybe he just likes cool.
He wants a nice rhyme on his door. I mean, sure.
Is this kind of like a riddle with like magic on it that locks and unlocks the door? Could that be like an arcane check?
See if there's magic on the door.
You can examine the door to see if it's up. See if it's.
Yeah, it's just like something like magic mouse or something. Is that arcane? No idea.
I mean,
You do believe there's magic on the door, but you can't identify it.
did Vicus's detect magic run out?
It has run out at this point.
I can cast the game as like 10 minutes, so
Yeah. Seal will point this out as he reads the thing also.
Do I just use the first level spell slot?
Thought you were out of those.
No, because I did my arcane recovery to get them back.
Didn't you cast that mage on them?
I mean, you could do that, or you could just do Dispel Magic.
I mean, is
If
it
you wanna
magic
just,
on the door?
fuck it. Some sense, but I don't know much.
I mean, is it magic on the door?
Ciel believes there's magic on the door, but doesn't know anything about it.
What does Ceres know about the magic on the door?
I would need an Arcana check. You do believe the door is magically locked.
aha. I will attempt to unlock the door.
I have a bardic inspiration.
For my genius thieving skill, surely.
Yeah, I don't have knock.
You guys should probably back off though.
Is there a specific thing for rogues that's like magical locks?
No, maybe thieves, but not me. No, but I
Okay.
think just makes it harder, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to say I didn't know if you had anything that like negates the magic lock penalty. Otherwise, please.
I'm afraid not. All I have is my skill. So let's
Very well.
see.
Very well. Outskilled magic.
Yeah. Where's
Yeah,
my?
if we back off a bit, I reckon.
Yes, you should. You definitely should. All right, Bardic. It's 24. Is that enough?
24 would not be enough.
All right, side bolster's neck. Another D8 for
Oh, no.
24. Fuck me.
25.
25.
Oh, 25. Yeah, 25. Sorry.
With 25, you just barely have enough.
Yes.
Despite the fact there is a rather complicated magical lock on it, Vickers heads up. Kind of stares at the door a bit. Psychically charges his lockpick, so just unlocks it anyway.
Maybe there's a slight feeling of he doesn't really want to disappoint Ciel and look dumb, so maybe he should try a bit of murder.
Oh my god.
As the lock disengages with a very heavy tumbler, sorry.
Well, let's open the door.
You push open the door as you see it lead onto a balcony into a rather large looking room. Down below, you can see lots and lots of cabinets filled with various bottles and apparati, tables, alembics, and various little side rooms going about. It appears as the full laboratory down here. You don't see any major threat immediately, though.
Eh?
Well, not immediately. But as the group, I imagine, goes inside, as that was, head in. Firstly, did everyone hear of dark vision?
Yeah.
Yes, I have my
No.
goggles.
Oh, Torin. We need to fix that for you.
More goggles.
You wait, though.
Did you have
No,
the
they
goggles?
don't give me that vision.
What light source would Torin defaultly have?
Probably a torch.
If there's no proper light source, Amon as well have his halo running.
Yeah, then that instead.
In which case, as you step over the threshold,
Yes.
you do feel something briefly. Ping, and tries to dispel your halo.
Oh.
Oh no. Because it's trying to get rid of your sight.
Oh, it's like darkness.
Yeah.
We'll see if it gets rid of your halo or not.
Good question. How does that work?
I have no idea how that works.
Let's see, because it's your halo counts as the light cantrip for purposes. Okay.
I believe so, yes. It works like a light cantrip.
Okay.
Well, since I can just sort of, turn it on again, I think. But if it's
Okay, yeah,
just
so it would automatically succeed at suppressing it, but the thing is, on the other hand, you could just recast it.
yeah.
Yes.
Does it cost an action to ignite your halo?
It does cost an action to reignite it.
Yeah, but if it's that or like have to do can't see,
Mm.
then yeah.
Yeah, basically, you see your halo go out. Probably blink at the fact something dispels your halo.
Yeah.
You reignite your halo, but you definitely feel it flickering. You have a sense it probably might need reigniting every few minutes in here, but
Interesting.
something is trying to definitely dampen it.
Hmm.
And even just like looking around, like you can almost all feel like clawing shadows on the edge of your vision.
Ugh.
Right.
Because to someone in here, these clawing shadows would once have been filled with comfort.
Mm.
For now, though, Ceres, these are as alien to you as they are for everyone else now. I presume the group will head down a little stairwell into the lab below them.
Yes.
Okay. As the group begins to head down in. The lab is largely empty at the immediate moment as you kind of head inside. Except you then see, well, I think it just seems to kind of move out, almost unnaturally, just kind of move out, swaying side to side in front of you at the end of the laboratory.
Okay.
They're fully robed at the moment, full hood up, and so they have they have like a bandolier over them. They kind of just move into view, just gliding forwards. It's a little uncanny how they're gliding, actually. They stop and turn a bit, kind of keeping their heads down for the moment. As you hear them hiss out,
Oh.
"Put that thing out. Whatever it is, put it out."
Turns it up.
Make me.
Yeah, make me.
Is this thing an illusion? Or is it real?
Kind of trying to like examine it in more detail.
Yeah.
Sure. You can roll me an
Investigation.
investigation roll on this.
Okay. I'm not very good at
Can-
it, but I'll try.
Can I also roll?
Sure.
If it's an illusion thing.
I'll aid you instead then.
Sure.
Give me your advantage, because mine's not great.
15.
There's definitely something unusual about them, but you don't think they're an illusion. Definitely not your quarry either, though. I said, put it out.
I'm not supposed to speak up. You are in no position to demand anything. Identify yourself.
I'm supposed to be working right now. I'm not sure why I'm to identify myself. Jeez. The voice is starting to sound a little bit annoyed as they kind of move a little bit, kind of look kind of vaguely facing your direction. They're still looking down at the ground.
And so they're purposely not looking up, right?
Yeah, they're looking down at the ground right now.
Potentially because of the light.
This is as much of a warning for you as it is anything else. Put that out.
Why?
I mean, Amonas sees in the dark. He can reignite it quick enough. Sure, he'll dim the halo down. See what the creature's next move is.
As the woman calms a little bit in her demeanor. Thank you. As she simply seems to turn around and head back towards one of the tables. You're not supposed to be here.
No, we're here to crash the party. As it.
And so what does that mean for us?
That depends on who you are. Is the creature like looking at us now?
Nope, she turned her back to you and went over to one of the tables once the light was out.
Right. Well, Abanas will then ask bluntly, what manner of creature are you?
The kind that you're better off not seeing.
Abanas thinks, Medusa?
Is there any other creature that perhaps Ceres can think of that would prefer the darkness? Prefer no one
Is the
seeing?
hood squirming weird?
Well, now you're thinking about it and looking at it with the previous investigation, the hood is quite large and it does look like it's wriggling.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
should not be.
Well, I mean,
here.
he's being nice so far by not looking at us. So
Yeah.
Abanas sort of rolls his shoulder a little bit, and like, ugh. And then he says, what exactly are you working on down here, and for whom?
She takes a few moments where you see her just kind of swirling a vial and adding a pipette or something into it. Poison. My own unique brand.
Is this against
And-
your will?
I wouldn't say so. I've been offered facilities and access to do work. And I have to admit, it's been nice to not be immediately attacked on sight.
Abanas, thrums his fingers on his hilt of the blade, and says, "If we were to go against your employer, would you try to stop it?"
Would I be able to leave with my research?
Well,
What is your research?
There's a pause for a moment. A potent poison, one very strong, capable of destroying those who have wronged me. Doesn't seem to want to give more details immediately.
Amala says, if you're interested in continuing said research, perhaps you might consider a switch in patrons. If we are here to, handle your current patron, but we might be inclined to keep funding your work, whatever it is, if it can benefit. I'm in a habit of collecting strange talent to my cause.
Can you roll me a persuasion roll? She said.
Sure.
Can I aid him in this?
View. Persuasion.
If you want to add some lines on, you can potentially try and aid.
I mean, ideally, I would roll it, but yeah, Sarah would say, you could have your own facilities in my own tower. We have vast rooms and good laboratories that just need brilliant minds to work on it.
Okay, you have advantage, Jonas.
All right, fair enough.
do it.
Or we'll grumble to M&S. Like,
Crit.
let's slip it a bit.
Yes.
Crit.
There's a
Yeah.
19 as well on the other one.
Perfect.
That's hilarious.
Persuasion.
Thorin will grumble to M&S in a bit of a whisper. Are you really going to recruit some strange creature that you haven't even laid your eyes on yet, on pure assumptions, just because it is in the basement of your enemy.
Sorry, no,
Um,
it is on the track record. It's like third time already.
Amanas looks, mumbles back to Torin and says, if I can avoid fighting something so dangerous that kill us by looking at it, then yes.
So you invite it into our city instead.
Easy to destroy.
I mean, if we can turn it against our enemies, you know.
I am, as I said, in a position where I am willing to deploy any and all strange methods to get my way.
The Medusa stops what she's doing almost entirely as she finished speaking. You see her pause for a moment before seemingly pulling out from her robe some kind of piece of cloth for a moment. You can see her put it up to her head before she actually turns around fully to look at you. Though I say look at, given she's just put a blindfold on herself.
Right.
Fascinating. The woman staring at you is, on one hand, incredibly beautiful, and also just incredibly unnerving at the same time. Like a very beautiful face, but at the same time, like then scales and like the lower half of her face kind of going down, and then just this body that's very unnatural in proportion, slightly serpentine, but also so like partly humanoid. And then the variety of snakes from her head, like between a lizard and a Medusa. Beautiful and very uncanny.
Yes.
She kind of looks at you, covered in her garb. So you barge into my employer's lair. Offer me refuge in return for letting you just off him. As far as I see it, it's a wonderful deal for me, though it does offer the I wonder if you'll just label me a turncoat if I accept.
Amanas shrugs and says, as I said, we have a habit of collecting strange allies in our quest. I am willing to give you a chance, as I have done with other people in my employ. Slight glance towards the half-vampire sage.
Not to mention the tortoise.
Don't talk about the tortoise.
I don't think Amanas has given the tortoise a chance yet.
He is not. He will.
My name is Via. I pride myself as a toxicologist, having collected a variety of the most dangerous specimens from across the Underdark.
See, out of character, this is exactly what we need.
So fucking cool.
Because
I
smiles
do
to
like this
himself and nods and says, "It is a pleasure to meet you. As a purveyor of poisons myself and more of a user, I think we could work well together."
Amnes does a little wave of the hand and says, well, not only a place to work undisturbed, if you do good work, you can see it field tested as well. I think it is quite a fair deal. Of course, the details will have to be hammered out, as it were. Being a creature of your particular disposition, some security measures would be needed to put in place.
I'm already under security measures as it is here. Something, not liking the idea of me freezing their entire forces.
Well, it would have certainly saved us a lot of trouble, but
A prudent precaution from their side, no doubt. Well then.
Very well. While I'm not usually a fan of changes of employment. I dislike this one as it is. This... You are an unusual one.
I get that a lot.
Very well. Feel free to kill whoever you need to here. Though, if you're going to do so, I would recommend you be very careful in the chambers ahead.
Looks towards the chambers ahead.
As she gestures one of her slightly scaled hands over towards one of the doors. That is my master's laboratory. Though she says master with more disdain. They have been working on chimeric experiments.
Oh,
Oh,
excellent.
Wonderful. I have been
Most of them-
in need of a mount.
Most of them are not friendly, as you would understand.
We can use a dancer together into one big kobold.
we will take precaution.
As Fiona just kind of turns around and slithers back over towards her, over to some of her desks. If you're going in there as well, though, you said you were interested in field testing.
Oh yes.
As she kind of holds back a kind of clawed hand and then like a single like finger kind of gesturing for you to come closer.
Sure. You will.
As she will go ahead and reach out, kind of hold out to you while still being blindfolded, three vials of this kind of deep green liquid.
Oh.
Try not to get it on your skin.
Ooh.
He nods. I'll my best.
If you can, please leave this room undisturbed. As she kind of points to one of the side rooms.
Mm.
Otherwise, have fun.
Yes.
Any other traps or information you wish to provide now that we are allies?
His room will have an alarm spell about halfway into it, designed to, in the event someone just wanders in, open some of the cages and let some of the creatures out.
I see.
He'll likely try and do that as soon as he realizes you're in there, but still, best not to do it yourself.
Is he himself in there?
He is working today. He should be inside.
Excellent.
Good.
Last time I saw, he came back with a giant's head.
Oh,
Oh.
weird.
I don't ask what he does with it. I've never been a fan of the vivisectionists. I find their work too messy.
Fair enough. Mutant abominations coming up.
Yeah, the weird Medusa Lilland, but apparently prejudiced against vivisectionist alchemists. Loves toxicologists.
Yeah, she is one to talk about, having prejudices. But sure.
But she will go ahead and leave you to it. She'll slither off to do her work.
Great. And speaking of work, I also need to go do mine. So
Valky also needs to slither off to bed.
Yes.
We will finish session 9 with next time you charging straight into his room.
Yes.
yes.
Kick down the door.
Dispel an alarm.
Torn and Amadas will do a breach maneuver.
All right. Thanks for session, guys. Bye
Bye,
bye.
Docky.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Need to get like a tower shield for Torn and then have like a little slit so you can look through it.
Oh yes.
Be like a lots of spikes on it so you can just charge in.
We could do that. We could do that.
Dual wield tower shields.
Yeah, dual wheeling tower shields.
I don't know how you keep doing it when we require super high rolls for things and you somehow pull off like a critical diplomacy.
Yeah, not the first time. It's true.
No,
it's not.
That's
it is
amazing.
not. I have a tendency over the years to crit on such. I have no.
It's
Yes.
like English arm.
Yeah, welcome to Viella, the neutral evil Medusa alchemist.
Do we
Excellent.
have a picture of her?
I can get you a picture in a little bit.
It's one of the alignments we don't have on the council, so that's good.
No, isn't
Need a
Mizara
mix.
neutral evil?
No,
She's
lawful
lawful.
evil,
Oh, lawful evil. Ugh. Lawful.
as befits a royal executioner.
I
Type.
don't think
Yeah.
you have a chaotic evil yet, but
No, that's going to be a bit of a problem. I don't know if we can do that.
I mean, you can. There are definitely chaotic evil people available for you.
Honestly,
Yeah, but
Ceres leans. That's why Ceres is chaotic neutral, because she goes both sides of.
the
Sometimes she's
problem
good. Sometimes she's.
the problem with chaotic evil is that they're so either they're murderous rampagers or they're like power hungry madmen. So it's difficult to like
Yeah.
whatever you put them on, they're going to try to abuse most of the time. At least in this case with the Medusa, she has a passion. And as long as you can do that, I think has little interest.
She's
in it.
fine,
She's
yeah.
she's a nerd,
Yeah,
basically. a scientist.
she is the neutral evil in the form of I'm a researcher who will do whatever I need to for my research.
Yeah.
Like she is single-minded. Like her research is all that matters to her.
I'm fine with that. She's the villain from the latest Bond movie.
You know the kind of weird thing you get from her, like, yes, my lord, I would like to test this. Do you have a small village somewhere I can use?
I'm sure we can find something. There is a very rambunctious horde of orcs over here. They have villages and settlements. We can probably employ some biological warfare against them. I don't see any problems.
Time to increase that dread.
I mean, yeah.
What's the
I will
problem
tell
with
you just
Lord
how.
Brand?
I will tell you, if you officially recruit her as a retainer, you do immediately gain a permanent dread boost.
Perfect.
Nice.
But unsurprisingly, people get kind of terrified by the idea of a Lilith Medusa.
So she's a half Medusa, half Liland.
Yeah,
Wow, how did that happen?
it's a mess.
Wow.
I mean,
That-
it might be a curse also. Like,
Family dinners are going to be a challenge, I feel. It might be a horrible curse. All right, I need to leave as well. Sorry, guys.
No.
I'll catch you next time.
I do too.
See ya.
Thanks for